Hi, I'm Jon Olson. Welcome to Next Stop from the Rose City. Welcome to Portland, Oregon, also known as Beervana. We'll talk beer on this episode. We'll also take you just outside of Portland to some stunning wineries. We'll feature a beautiful historic hotel. And of course, you can't come to Portland and not talk about the amazing live music scene. All this and much more on Next Stop Portland. The fun starts now. There are many fun ways to tour Portland, by bike, by foot, by bus, by car, but perhaps the coolest way, by Segway.
We're Portland by Segway, Magic Carpet Glide. We tour downtown Portland. We'll do waterfront, see all the sights and fun stuff in the town, all the quirkiness and weirdness of Portland.
Keep Portland weird, right?
Yeah, keep Portland weird, that's right, yep. All the steering is in this handlebar right here. And I'll step on here, and all your movement is by how you lean your body. So if you want to go forward, you just lean forward. You want to go backwards, you lean backwards, and that's pretty much it.
How many bridges are there? I see tons of bridges.
This will be the 14th bridge. It's the Tillicum Bridge, a suspension bridge down here. They should be done this fall with it, but it's going to be a pedestrian and light rail bridge.
Nice.
So no cars, but
it's cool looking.
So we're going to loop around and cross over Hawthorne Bridge over to the Esplanade side. All right, you guys. Well, we've rolled past a few fountains. We're just at Salmon Street Fountain, a favorite fountain of Portland. A lot of kids playing in it, and you're playing it cool off and whatnot. This is Ira Keller Fountain here.
Why does this one look familiar?
Yeah, one of first Jackass TV episodes, they brought a kayak out and bashed their way through the pots and then just dropped straight off that base there. Here behind us on the Portland building, we got Portlandia. She's our nation's second tallest hammered copper statue. You guys know the first?
The Lady of Liberty.
That's right.
I think she might take her, though. She's got the pitch for it.
Yeah, she looks good, yeah.
So what came first, the statue or the TV show?
She was installed in 1985.
She came first.
All right, guys, well, this is Pioneer Square here. It's a nice place here to congregate in the central part of downtown Portland here.
So you're not from Portland, right?
Originally Salt Lake.
What do you think about Portland? What do you tell your Salt Lake buddies about Portland? How do you describe it?
I love it. It's green. People are laid back, very friendly.
I feel like we barely scratched the surface. Are you guys done touring? No. No, I'm not either. Let's go see some more. Let's ditch the camera guys and go have some fun.
All right, guys.
See you guys.
See you later.
Coming up on Next Stop, we celebrate 28 years of craft beer, and we feature an historic hotel. Portland has been dubbed Beervana. It has the most breweries of any city in the world. Today we celebrate that fact on the gorgeous waterfront at the Oregon Brewers Festival.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 27th Annual Oregon Brewers Festival.
I'm with Art, and he is the man of the hour because he, for 27 years, has been the director of the Oregon Brewers Festival. Congratulations on an amazing, successful run.
Well, we've had good luck here. We had a little bit of rain on Wednesday, but I was surprised by the people that showed up.
Liquid sunshine never dampens the spirit of beer.
Not in Portland. I was a real believer when I came in, walking in from the parade and saw all the people waiting for us here. Made me feel well.
How does it feel to have this thing go on for so long and get bigger every year? And how many breweries are here?
Well, we got 86 breweries this year. Plus, we brought in 11 breweries from the Netherlands.
That's awesome.
Through our sister city program with a city named Utrecht. in the Netherlands, and then we brought in one brewery from Germany as well.
Hey guys, welcome to Oregon. What do you guys think of this? This is crazy.
Yeah, this is nice.
You have something like this? Do you have anything this big in your country?
No.
So what was your first impression of the Oregon Brewers Festival?
It's huge. Yeah, huge, but also very good atmosphere, very nice people.
How does your beer compare, and how is it different?
It's very different. It's fun. There are some, maybe what all of us maybe were thinking about it. Yeah, should we bring IPA? Should we bring this kind of stuff? I think we thought that we would like to bring something else that was maybe not here. So I think it worked out.
This is Beervana. This is what we call it down. Well, I'd love to try your beer.
Well, let's go. Let's
do it.
get some.
Let's get in there and try
I'll follow you. So here's something you don't see at every festival. This guy. Who is this guy?
This is Fundy. He's in Japan. He's our buddy in Japan right now. He's from Oregon, but he couldn't be here this year. So we got a life-size cutout for him.
So how's your beer trivia? You think you know a lot about beer?
I know quite a bit, a little bit, yeah.
What city has the most breweries of any city in the world? Not just the U.S., but in the world.
Portland, Oregon, baby.
You know that for sure?
Yeah.
You're correct. What city in the world has the most breweries of any city in the, not just the U.S., but in the world?
Woodinville.
The most breweries. No, Woodinville, Washington? Portland. Portland. Your answer?
Yeah. It's going to be Portland, since but I would say Santa Rosa, California.
The answer is Portland. The Oregon Brewers Festival is truly amazing. It's one of our favorite festivals anywhere in the world. It's been going for 27 years strong, and I guarantee you it'll be going for many, many more. Cheers. Most people think of rain, a lot of rain, when they think of Portland, Oregon. Not so true. In fact, it rains more in New York City, Atlanta, and Houston than it does in Portland. The city with the most rain in America, getting over 24 inches more a year than Portland, New Orleans. When it does rain, you'll rarely see one of these. The locals welcome their liquid sunshine. Portland has many beautiful hotels located in downtown, but perhaps none as unique and fun and historical as the Heathman Hotel.
We were open in 1927 and have been hosting people from around the globe for 9 decades straight.
Some pretty famous people.
Oh my gosh, yes. Stephen King, you name it, rock stars, Rolling Stones.
How many suites do you have?
We have 5 themed suites, including the Andy Warhol. We honored Andy Warhol by theming out a room, you might say, many years ago. We have the Literary Arts Suite, which we're in right now. We also have the Oregon Symphony Suite. We have the Pacific Northwest College of Arts Suite. And of course our Portland Center Stage Suite. They're all really fun and they're meant to inspire.
You've won a lot of awards, and a lot of really impressive awards. Yeah. Tell us about that.
#1 historic hotel in the whole United States. We're super proud about that. Travel and Leisure just named us to the world's best list, the top 50 U.S. hotels.
I love when you get out of your car and you walk in, you've got the guy dressed in the red Regal outfit.
Yes. Well, that's our beefeater, our door person. And he's been welcoming guests. He's almost the de facto mayor of Portland. He's been around for a long time.
Now, everywhere we stay, we like to find something truly unique. And I think we have found it. Your library.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you that library.
Wow, Chris, this is impressive.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We have 3,000 autographed first edition books in our collection, nearly 3,000, and there's, as you can see, something for everyone.
Now, every one of these authors in this library has stayed in this hotel.
Every single one has stayed in the hotel. In fact, that is the only way you can get your book in our collection.
Okay, so this book, 50 Shades of Grey, I'm wearing gray out of respect to this book. This has caused quite the hubbub at the Heathman Hotel.
Yes, certainly. We were mentioned 16, 17 plus times, and Christian Grey actually refers to this hotel as his home away from home.
So here we are in world-famous Heathman restaurant.
It's great. I love this place. It's a great community gathering spot, and our bar is especially interesting. We have over 6,000 bottles of wine in our cellar, John.
Wow.
800 labels, if you can believe that. And yes, we do have a lot of Oregon Pinot Noirs.
I love this location. I've been staying here a few days. You don't need a car.
Portland's a really walkable city. Our blocks are really small, and it's easy to get around on a bike or by your feet.
Yesterday we checked out a farmer's market, right?
Yep.
And Music on Main. Does that happen throughout the summer?
Throughout the summer, just about a 1-minute walk out of the front doors here, and the farmer's market is another 1-minute walk besides that. John, this is our secret passage. Connects our hotel with the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall. We take a lot of rock stars, and as I understand it, there's hundreds of people out there waiting for you because you're kind of a rock star.
There's got to be hundreds of people out there waiting for me. No?
Well, you're still in good company, though. There's been a lot of people who come through these doors. Thomas Lauderdale with Pink Martini, Stephen King. Let me take you up.
In style. Up next, we feature one of our nation's best zoos, and we cruise Oregon wine country in style. I love animals, and I love a good zoo. The Oregon Zoo, located just outside of downtown Portland in Washington Park, is one of the best zoos in the world. Krista, I love this zoo, and I haven't been here in years, so what's new?
Well, it's a great zoo, isn't it? And you can see we're part of Washington Park. We're high above the streets of Portland. It's really lovely to be here, and we've got so many new projects going on. Right behind us is our condor habitat, and these condors are big, amazing birds that are just really startling to see.
I see families everywhere. Obviously, kids love zoos, but you have a lot of good kids programs, too.
Yeah, so there are camps and programs for kids. Even just walking around, your kids are going to learn so much while they're here. They're going to get inspired by these animals, and just being outside in nature is so important for all of us, but especially kids as their brains are forming and all the synapses are firing when they're out amongst the trees. It's really important to be outside. Let's go down to Asia and visit the elephants. Lily is the baby, and she is a charmer.
Let's go. So what's something about elephants that's unique that maybe people don't know?
Yeah, an interesting thing about elephants is their nose. Obviously, it's very long and pretty amazing, but people don't know that it actually has more muscles and tendons than the entire human body. There are absolutely no bones in there. It's all muscles and tendons. It's delicate enough to pick up something as small as a penny or something as large as like a 2,000-pound log.
What a ham!
Now watch what Lily does.
Oh, it's sweet. Yeah. So is this mama?
No, this is brother. This is some brother-sister bonding right here.
Oh, sweet!
Her favorite game is sit on his head.
What a fun game.
Yeah.
So what's unique about giraffes?
Other than, of course, the fact that they have this really long neck, they have the same number of vertebrae in their neck that we do. They just have 7,
Wow.
which is amazing. They're just much bigger than ours. Their hearts are about the size of a basketball. That's one of their,
just beautiful
their
animals.
favorites.
They're mesmerizing.
Yeah. This is Desi. That's my boy coming over here.
Oh, Desi's coming.
So Desi's a little shorter than him. He's a little darker.
They have very long tongues.
Very long, yep. They're about 18 inches long.
There you go. I want to see that tongue, though.
Yeah.
Show me the tongue.
There
you go.
There you go.
So, Krista, obviously we love the animals, but the zoo is much more than just the animals. You guys have some pretty amazing concerts here.
Yeah, that's right. And we're standing here on the concert lawn, and people from all over the community, all over the region come to concerts here. And it's a beautiful way to enjoy a summer evening in Portland. It's just kind of glorious and magical, surrounded by trees, and to have these great artists here. And in addition to concerts on the lawn, during the summer and the day, we have these wildlife live shows. So we'll be able to see some really amazing raptors and owls and things up here on the stage.
Thanks to our travel partner, Alaska Airlines, which serves over 100 destinations from Alaska to the lower 48 and from Canada to Mexico. Live a more exciting life through travel and explore more and spend less at alaskaair.com. Oregon is well known as one of the top wine-producing states in the U.S. In fact, its Pinot Noirs are second to none. Today, we venture just a little bit outside of Portland and visit a few of its wineries in style with Twilite Limousine.
We moved out here in 1984. There was nothing here, so we started from scratch. We've built it all and planted it all. We've been growing grapes for almost 30 years. And we have 2 vintages of Chardonnay, and we'll start with the 2009. So we ferment and age in oak barrels, and we leave it on the lees, which is all the solid stuff that settles out.
nice, especially on a nice day like today. That's perfect.
Very refreshing. Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you. This is really cool, man. It's got to be the most unique winery I've ever been to. How did it all come about?
Well, it was a lot of work. My wife and I actually designed all of this. We built it ourselves. We started in 2007 and moved in 2008. We used all unskilled labor with ourselves and other workers, and our idea was to make it look like it was 900 years old and it was built by peasants. I'm going to start you out with our Chardonnay.
This is nice. What did you do before this?
Well, I did several things. I started out as a clinical psychologist back in 1980, and I also had an interest in plants.
So you've combined all your talents. I'm assuming that probably a couple of us in here might need your psychological support as well.
Well, I don't do that anymore, so...
Tell us about King's Raven. I've heard great things about your winery.
Well, we're family owned and operated, third generation on the farm. However, our generation has been the one that's gotten the grapes and the winery going. There's all estate grown. It's a German hybrid. It's a cross between Bacchus and Villiers Blanc. So,
it's different. I hear you've got a little barrel tasting room back there. It's kind of small, but maybe a couple of us can go back there and check it out.
yes, please. I'd love to have you guys come and check it out. So this is 190 proof.
Whoa. Woo!
Rocket fuel.
It's rocket fuel.
Maybe I invented a new style.
This brings tears to my eyes, but you know what? They're tears of joy. Twilite Limousine has provided our transportation today here in Oregon wine country, and Shawn is not only our driver, but has put together one of the most unique and surprising days. I mean, who knew all this existed in Oregon City?
We wanted to provide you with what we call extraordinary yet normal wine tour. What you experience today, all of our guests can experience. You know, gorgeous, wonderful to visit, Dundee area, the other parts of Oregon, fantastic. But we wanted to show folks here in the Portland area how close some beautiful vineyards as well as terrific winemaking was going on just south here in Clackamas County.
Portland live music scene is on fire, and fuego. We'll show you. Coming up on Next Stop. We filmed in Portland about 4 years ago, and two things have not changed. Number one, the live music scene is incredible. And Dante's is one of the coolest live music venues in Portland. Guys, this is such a cool venue. Let's talk about this first. You've all played here under different names, different bands. What do you think about Dante's?
It's the home court advantage. You know, we've done so many shows here, and there's so much history here. I've seen a lot of cool shows here too, so it's always fun being here.
Don't matter where you've been, and no matter what you're running from, a lot of people just like you gonna make your way to Oregon.
How did you guys sort of find each other?
Well, we played shows together in different bands. We knew each other. We were looking to start a group, and we thought, hey, Mike's good. Why don't we ask him? You know?
Rush is one of my favorite bands, and it's three guys that just bring it. You guys are kind of the Rush of Portland. Has anyone said that yet?
Hell, yeah, but now they will.
Little high five. Come on, huh?
Woo! Yeah. Okay.
Shut the chain, don't know why.
what is it about Portland that attracts amazing musicians?
Sometimes it's the rain, man. It's like it makes you stay indoors and be creative. I mean, for me as a songwriter, and if there's, you know, if you don't feel inspired or motivated to go outside, you stay inside and you create music.
Now, Geoff, you just got back from Nashville. In fact, your store just won a major award. Talk about that and describe the music scene in Nashville versus Portland.
Yeah, so the shop, 5-Star Guitars, 5starguitars.com. We won this award, so we went back there to accept the award, and we were in Nashville, and you know, if you like music, you play music, you always hear about, that's like one of those music cities like New York or LA, or, you know, I mean, it's as good as anywhere. But when we went there, we weren't disappointed. It was great food, the people were really nice, and the music was fantastic.
What's the secret to becoming a rock star like you three are?
I would say pick up a real guitar before you pick up Guitar Hero. Really?
That's true, I believe.
Love everything.
Yeah. Don't pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah, no. Play everything, listen to everything, enjoy it, and have fun, you know?
We had fun tonight listening to you guys. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in to Next Stop Portland. What an amazing city. And thanks to our new friends and our old friends who helped make this show so awesome. Thanks to this show's sponsors, the Heathman Hotel and Alaska Airlines. Next stop. Where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody.
Yeah, everything that you see behind. Wildlife live.
She's doing her spiel. So we're going to go ahead and peel off without the rest of the crew.
Funny. He jumped the gun. Like a Tracy.
Hi, I'm Jon Olson. Welcome to Next Stop, from a destination where memories aren't just made, they're found. Welcome to Central Oregon, a high desert paradise for families and singles alike. This is the adventure capital of the Pacific Northwest, and on this episode we'll take you rafting, golfing, biking. We'll feature local brews and cuisine, and we will take you to the party of the year. We'll also feature a fantastic musician with an even better story. All this and more on Next Stop, Central Oregon. The fun starts now. For 25 years, the Deschutes Brewery has been producing award-winning microbrews. In fact, they currently produce the nation's favorite craft porter. Let's meet the man that started it all. Gary, I'm so honored to meet you. I've been drinking your beer now for about 2 decades. In 1988, did you have any idea that the pub in downtown Bend would grow to this?
Oh, heavens no. Really all we started was a pub. My background was the restaurant business. We just wanted to make a little bit of good beer, some good food. Our business plan said we could make a tidy living, raise a family in a beautiful town like Bend. And that was really all we planned on.
This is the room that started all, right?
This is the room. This is the original 50-barrel JV Northwest brew house that we put in 1993. And we continue to grow and put in a lot more modern operation.
Now, I've never been to a brewery that had a room like this.
This is where our trained panel does this every single day, 5 days a week. Our technician on the other side of the wall can put down whatever beers they want tasted and analyzed on that date, and then the computer screen will prompt the taster with questions that they can then answer that are all compiled on the computer.
So you've got the quality control, but it's really all about the product too, right?
It's absolutely about the ingredients, and what we have here is really a display of what the ingredients are, whether it's malted barley, herbs and spices. We have some coriander and a little bit of orange peel here. This particular hop is Centennials.
It's kind of embarrassing, but I kind of need a restroom break.
Well, if you need a restroom, we've got one over here. So
cool.
Right behind this door.
Thank you. Oh my. All right, that might be the coolest restroom I've ever been in my entire life, but there was no restroom.
Well, if you wanted a bathroom, they're over there.
Oh, this is a restroom.
This is a restroom. This is where we come for our breaks.
So everybody gets a pint or whatever after their shift.
Everybody gets a shift pint after they're finished with work.
These tanks are quite impressive.
Yeah, these
different
are
sizes.
You can kind of see wherever we are. This is the old roof line that was our old building. You can kind of chart our growth, as you said, by what size tanks we were buying at the time. See, you got that? Just like that.
That is so cool. Don't you kind of feel like we're on Laverne and Shirley right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, for some reason, every time I talk about beer, I get thirsty.
It's unbelievable how that happens. But this is what all the hard work is for.
So, this is America's favorite craft porter, and it happens to be mine. I didn't ever drink dark beer back in the day until I went to your pub in Bend, and I tried the Deschutes Black Butte Porter, and I loved it.
We keep saying Black Butte Porter is the beer that really dispels all the myths about dark beer. People love it, women love it, men love it. It is really the beer that we think once people can get past the color, it's a beer to fall in love with. Cheers.
Cheers. Coming up, a colorful art show in the high desert and a world-class year-round resort. Timing is everything. We were lucky enough to be in Bend, Oregon on the weekend of Art in the High Desert, one of the top 15 art shows in the country. Carla, take us back. How did this all start?
This started with 5 people, 4 of them artists. We wanted a really good art show because we knew Ben needed it, deserved it, and would love it. We all put in $200, and with $1,000, we started this show.
Obviously, the people are coming out to support it. I see hundreds of people all over the place.
Yeah, we've got people now that come to Bend just for this weekend.
You mentioned you're an artist. I saw you doing a transaction over there. You're not just the director, you're also one of the participants.
Yeah, I'm sort of schizophrenic this time of year. Because I'm also trying to sell art and be a jeweler.
The location is fantastic. I love the new district down here. I used to come here years ago, and this has grown up.
On really, really hot shows, I've looked out and seen artists floating down the river.
Taking a break?
And I've gone, what? Get back in your booth.
This is Amy. She's all the way here from North Carolina.
Yeehaw!
What do you think
that's
of this?
Texas. Sorry.
No, they say that in North Carolina too, I think.
Yeah, they do. What do I think of this? Yeah. I want to move here. It's gorgeous.
Isn't it nice?
Plus, I've had like 3 consecutive days of fabulous hair.
Your stuff is fun.
Thank you.
What's the inspiration? What do you call it?
I call them Phobots, short for Found Object Robots. And they all have a name, a number, a date of birth, and, like the Tin Man, they all have a heart inside.
Which is your favorite of these?
My favorite, Me Upon My Pony on My Boat, which is a song by Lyle Lovett. This is an old toy boat, spice tins, a pool ball, wire brush, funnel, a sash lock, wrenches. The little feet are buttonhole attachments.
This is David, who used to live in Oregon for many years. Now you live in Austin, Texas.
Right. This is an amazing show. It brings together so many people from across the country. I mean, the best artists in the country are out here right now.
Your art. All this by pencil.
It is.
It's crazy.
Yeah, well, it is a little bit obsessive. I call it my obsessive-compulsive disorder with a pencil. It's just what I do.
How long have you been doing it?
This kind of worked for about 35 years.
Like the elephant one blows my mind that that's all pencil. And that picture with the depth there, I just love it. This is Dakota. He wins the award for the most colorful, crazy, fun art that we've seen all day. How did you get into doing this? There's all these bottle caps.
Yeah,
and this is fun.
I had a barrel full of caps 12 years ago, and I was doing these sculptural wood, functional sculptures. So I wanted to make it look metal. That was the initial thought.
And then you've got like a dolphin tail over there. You got a cactus representing Texas and a bowl.
Yeah.
What's your favorite piece?
I just did this large elk head. I think that's my favorite piece.
Central Oregon offers 30 unique and challenging golf courses designed by some of the world's best golfers and designers. Golf Digest named Central Oregon one of the top 25 places in the world to play golf. Golf enthusiasts planning a trip to Central Oregon can get free travel planning and concierge assistance either by phone, live chat, or by visiting golfcentraloregon.com. The Sun River Resort is a year-round resort ideal for families and friends. Now, Scott, you're the general manager here. You've been here about 6 years. I used to come here probably 10 to 15 years ago with my friends from Portland, and we had a blast. There's so much to do, but you've got a lot more going on right now, a lot of enhancements.
We do. Over the years, the resort has added quite a bit in regards to amenities and offerings and activities. Everything from remodeling our guest rooms to the new homeowner aquatic center labeled the Shark. It's beautiful. It's got indoor pool that's obviously heated year-round, an outdoor aquatic park with slides and lazy rivers and kiddie pools and lap lanes.
People like to eat. You guys have some pretty good restaurants here too.
We do. We have 9 dining outlets throughout the resort. Everything from upscale. We just added a new beer garden outlet this summer.
I always found my way to the Owl's Nest. Live music, fun environment. I see kids everywhere, people of all ages, all the way to grandparents, just really enjoying each other. This is a really special place.
From golf to bike riding, that in and of itself, with 35 miles of pristine bike trails throughout the town of Sun River and all adjacent to the Deschutes River. We have over 400 bikes in our bike rental shop.
I'm kind of dying for a workout. I'm thinking that's good for me to do next. This is Rob. He's the Director of Recreation. Let's go biking.
Let's do it.
Rob, I had no idea of the interesting history of this place. I thought it was just a big ski resort, you know, that was built in like the 80s. No, there's a lot more to it.
But back in the 40s, 43 and 44, you know, during World War II, you've probably heard of that.
I have heard of that, actually.
Yeah. This was an installation for the Army Corps of Engineers. But this building actually was the Officers Club.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
This is beautiful.
You know it. The Great Meadow, we call it.
Obviously, there's a lot more going on than just biking here.
There's so many activities here that you really need multiple vacations.
This is the ideal family resort. I've never seen anything like it, and we see so many kids and brothers and sisters and parents and grandparents. This is the best family resort I think I've ever seen.
John, as the Director of Recreation, you just said the best phrase I've heard in a long time.
We had a great day here at the Sun River Resort. We got some biking in, some exercise, we learned some history, and tonight we cap it off in this beautiful, serene marina for the Family Fun Float. Tom, what is the Family Fun Float?
The Family Fun Float is a float we came up with this year where we invite families to come float 3 miles down the river on rafts. It takes about an hour, hour and a half, and it culminates with s'mores and a cowboy sing-along. And one of the things you probably noticed from your time here is there's an atmosphere of tranquility indeed, in the vernacular of our youth. It's a chill place to be.
I can't think of a better way to describe the Sun River Resort. Up next, whitewater rafting on the mighty Deschutes, and a party not to be missed. Central Oregon is stacked with adventure opportunities. Today, we're whitewater rafting on the Deschutes River with Sun Country Tours.
So we're at the Big Eddy Thriller here. This is kind of the main event. The section part 2 and part 3 are the highlights today. And you guys can see here the giant kind of V going down the river. It's kind of a little hydrology 101. What's happening is the left lateral is kind of the dominant one and it's pushing the water into the rocks. So our idea today is to stay away from the rocks. So we're gonna have a little bit of angle there. It's kind of picking on the right side of the raft. So as we go down, we're just paddling aggressive all together, spiraling, having fun. We're gonna keep it straight and kind of go right through the third part, Sows Hole, which is kind of a mild tsunami, a soft bucket of water coming at you. And just kind of prepare for that and have fun. Big Eddy on 3, 1, 2, 3, Big Eddy!
What was it like going in the water? Because you looked kind of scared, man.
First,
I know your mommy was
First
scared.
I was scared. It was so shallow that my feet were touching.
They were? What'd you think of the Big Eddy? You didn't fall in there. How was that?
It's just a wall of white.
Pretty much, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Would you tell your friends to come and do this?
Once they saw the Big Eddy, they would turn around and go back.
You think so, but you didn't. High five, buddy. Good job. This is Scott, our fearless guide. You were awesome, man.
Hey, thank you.
You prepped us well for the Big Eddy.
Yeah.
That's a fun trip, man.
It's an awesome trip. It's kind of our shorter whitewater experience. It's a teaser for all the other great trips that we offer.
What other tours do you guys offer?
So we offer a half-day trip on the Mackenzie River. It's a great family fun trip, class 2s and 3s mixed in.
And then, of course, I failed miserably because I fell in backwards. On the first wave, man.
And it happens. I mean, that's the way to go. And, you know, we kind of set you up a little bit there to give you an experience.
Alaska Airlines began service to Roberts Field in 1982 and proudly continues to offer service to the high desert paradise of Redmond, Bend, and the surrounding areas. On all Alaska Airlines flights into Roberts Field, you'll receive Starbucks coffee and complimentary Northwest beer and wine. For more information on destinations, airfares, and their award-winning mileage program, visit alaskaair.com. We're in town for the Ghost Tree Invitational, followed by dinner on the range back here at the Sun River Resort. It's a golf tournament, it's a charity event, but really, it's just an excuse to have some fun. This is Josh. He's originally from these parts, now living in LA, doing an awesome job as MC of this event. This is quite the event, my friend.
I love this event. This is, I think, my 5th or 6th year doing it, and as long as they'll have me, I'll be here because it's a spectacular location.
You can't beat it.
The food is incredible.
So it started as a golf tournament yesterday. Yeah. I kind of bill it as a golf tournament with an excuse to have a really good party.
Pretty much, yeah. It's I mean, we get people coming from all over the Northwest to play the tournament because we play at Crosswater, which is a Sun River-owned property.
And the whole goal is to raise money for?
Well, we got the Boys and Girls Club of Central Oregon.
We just ran into Ronald McDonald.
Excuse me, I have to go.
He didn't have any foods. No food, Josh.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he didn't have any burgers or anything.
Oh, man.
But we ran into him, so the Ronald McDonald House is also one of the beneficiaries.
Ronald McDonald House, that's right.
I think it's probably one of the most unique and fun ways to raise money that I've ever seen. We actually attended the golf tournament yesterday and witnessed something very cool. Check this out.
Well, basically, I'm going to rip a 400-plus yard drive for you on this hole. The super long par 5. I'm a 4-time Remax finalist, currently ranked 5th longest hitter in the world. When I'm not competing, I travel all over the world, hitting for charity events just like this one. Today, we're accepting donations to play my tee shot. The proceeds raised on this hole go to benefit the Ronald McDonald House. That's what this tournament's all about.
Have you ever seen a guy hit a ball that far?
I have never seen anybody hit a ball that far. It was amazing.
Now talk about cool gigs. This guy just travels all over the world and hits golf balls. Josh raised a ton of money for the charities too, so that's awesome. And then tonight we're here at this great party. This is kind of the party of the year in Central Oregon.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And there's some great parties around here, but this one is the creme de la creme.
Who better to talk about Central Oregon than the CEO of the Central Oregon Visitors Association, Alana?
I think what we deliver is a very chic, authentic, experiential opportunity for vacations, but still in a community that's small enough to be incredibly welcoming and just very warm and generous of nature of the people who live here.
Now, we've spent a lot of time in Bend and Sun River. We love it, but there's a lot more to see here, right?
There is, and that's the beautiful thing about Central Oregon as a destination. Yes, Bend and Sun River are the heart of it, but within an hour's drive, you can have an entirely different geographic and cultural experience.
What's your favorite Central Oregon memory?
For me, it's all about the people. We have 300 days of sunshine and unlimited outdoor recreation, but it's the people who live here that embrace our visitors that make this something that's really, you just don't want to miss it.
Coming up on Next Stop, a fantastic musician with an even better story. Lee Cook is our featured musician on Next Stop Central Oregon, and he is cooking up some serious tunes tonight at the Silver Moon Brewing Company right here in downtown Bend, and you and your wife and your baby girl are living the dream, my brother.
We're living our dream. It's not everybody's dream, but yeah, we get to drive all over the country, playing music, taking pictures, and raising our daughter.
So you had a really killer place in Temecula. You dumped that a few weeks ago. You bought an RV, and that's how you guys are living. That's what I mean, living.
That's our home on wheels. Yeah.
Has it been fun?
It's been a blast, and you know, people, especially considering Jolene, our little baby, like, oh, she must be so confined. But we pull up at parks and let her crawl around. And I think, you know, might sound kind of cheesy, but the world is our oyster.
On the road, and we'll keep on driving. Take a truck stop for the night. Feel my pulse with your head at my chest. Tell me everything is fine. And thank the Lord, 'cause we ditched the devil. Left him 3,000 miles behind. And we can't know for sure how this journey will unfold. So we show up at these places with contentment on our faces. We can hope for the best, but I know we will be tested. There's no promise of success, so remember that we're blessed just as we are. Just as we are.
So where did you get this soulful disposition in music, man? You just bring it. You got such an energy on stage.
It was really due to my parents' preference in music, listening to Motown a lot, and I mean everything from, you know, Motown to Led Zeppelin and Creedence Clearwater Revival, and then my mom was really into more the jazzy, you know, Nat King Cole or the Rat Pack guys.
What do you think of Bend? This is your first time to Bend, Oregon. You like Central Oregon?
Everybody that we've met is super sweet. Any questions we have, they want to sit down and not just tell us in passing, but actually like, oh, well, let me tell you my favorite thing to do. And everybody's been so great and welcoming. So we're going to be back. We're going to make this an annual stop for sure.
Through the darkest of days, let your light fall at my feet. Well, I thank God for this very day. The life I live is a gift to me. I don't intend to waste it.
Thanks for tuning in to Next Stop from the high desert paradise of Central Oregon. And thanks to this show's sponsors, the Sun River Resort and the Central Oregon Visitors Association. Thanks also to our title sponsors and good friends, Alaska Airlines and the Alaska Airlines Visa Signature Card. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Next Stop. Where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody. We had a great day at Sun River Resort. We got some golf in. And actually, we didn't get some golf, and we're not going to do golf. We're going to feature the golf tournament.
Hold on a second.
Thank you. So this will probably be one take, I'm thinking.
One take. That's all we need.
Hold on, people. Okay.
Well, like this.
Hi, I'm Jon Olson. Welcome to Next Stop from the outdoor adventure capital of the U.S. Welcome to Central Oregon, an outdoor enthusiast mecca. Where else can you go snow skiing, play golf, and fly fish in the same day? On this episode, we'll also talk beer and wine, we'll take you biking, and we'll feature one of my favorite resorts. All this and more on Next Stop Central Oregon. The fun starts now. Bend, Oregon, recently coined Beer Town, USA. Today we take a tour of some of the pubs with Let It Ride.
Hey guys, I'm Kim. I'll be your tour guide today. Welcome to the Let It Ride Electric Bike Tours. Today we're going on the Brew Pub Tour. So hopefully that's what you signed up for. As soon as you're on the bike and feeling safe and secure and ready to go, you hit that red button. Everybody needs to check first. Most important, make sure your bell works. Yeah. Okay guys, actually this is a pretty small place inside.
Should we all like put each other on each other's shoulders to get in there? That might be a good
yeah,
idea, huh?
Yes.
No,
I was going for it. And that's why they call it chicken fights.
She was going to do it. I like it. This is, everyone gets stamps on the trail, right?
Yeah.
Yours has to be the biggest.
It is the biggest, and it also works really well on arms.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Will that stay for the whole week?
For at least 3 years.
3 years.
It's kind of like an ultimate henna.
So where's next?
Okay, we're gonna head to Crux Brewery, and this place is known for fantastic appetizers and a wonderful view of Mount Bachelor.
So this is probably the most unique and cool beer bottle I've ever seen.
On the label of the Tough Love, you know, it's kind of that oxymoron it, you know, tough and love. How can you have the two at the same time?
So we got Double Cross, Tough Love,
Better Off Red, the Banished, Better Off Red, and the Fruit Cake.
So this is actually your love story. I don't know if you know this or not, right?
Did you guys name this after my love story?
Right.
Cheers.
Here's to good beer and good times.
To tough love.
The tough love.
Tough love, but not tough tasting. So my whole life, I've been searching for the good life.
Found it.
And I finally found it. We are in the good life.
We're in the good life.
What makes this the good life?
Well, it's a local brewery here in Bend, and the good life is just having fun, being outside, grabbing your can of beer, your bottle of beer, and taking it with you, either it be hiking, camping, skiing, snowboarding, whatever you want to do here. There's awesome, amazing opportunities to get outside, and drinking beer is part of that.
It is part of that, and I love the garage doors that are opened up right now. It's a nice day. Everyone's having fun. They're enjoying
Yep.
the good life. You all actually live the good life. This is the appropriate name for a brewery. You guys live the good life here. Cheers to that.
Cheers to the good life.
Coming up on Next Stop, world-class golf and snow skiing in Central Oregon. What makes golf in Central Oregon so special? From high mountain to high desert, you won't find a better variety of courses anywhere. Today we'll visit a few of its premier destinations. Crosswater Club in Sun River is one of those bucket list courses you definitely want to play when you come out here. Josh, this place is very special.
What is really special about the place is we're built on 600 acres in our gated community, of which 200 acres are designated for the Owners Association, leaving us 400 acres, which 200 is the bent grass golf course, and the other 200 are native wetlands and fescues.
This hole might be the longest hole I've ever seen in my life.
This is the longest hole I've ever played personally. So.
How long is this hole? Tell us about this hole. How do you play this hole?
It's 683-yard par 5. And it takes 3 really great golf shots to get there. And when you get up there, you're going to notice the green isn't the biggest green in the world either.
Really? Because I don't think I would play from this tee box. I think I'd play from that one way up there.
And I would go with you.
We're now at Tetherow, just outside of Bend. But I got to say, this kind of looks like Scotland, Davis.
Well, it's a Scottish Highlands course. So
what does that mean?
It's the style. It's link style golf. So it's tight lies, it's fescue grass, and it's a lot of bump and run.
You're leading the trend. Tell us about the golf boards.
Well,
that's so cool.
You know, we like to consider ourselves not your grandfather's country club, so we do things a little bit differently. A golf board is a 4-wheel drive, almost like skateboard / surfboard that will go about 11 to 15 miles an hour. It's just like surfing, or it's just like skateboarding. And you put your bag on the front, and it's got a bar, and you just wiggle into it.
I'm so impressed with the diversity of the courses we've seen today in Central Oregon, and Ed, Pronghorn is no exception. What's unique to Pronghorn?
Well, I really think it's the quality golf that we have here with our Nicholas golf course and our Fazio golf course as well. It's very rare to have Nicholas and Fazio golf courses side by side.
And you've got the most unique par 3 on the Fazio course I've ever seen.
We do our 8th hole. It actually incorporates a lava tube that we discovered during the construction of the golf course and actually built the hole around that specific feature. It's really wonderful.
I love your tee boxes over there, the little pronghorn stuff. That's super cool.
Very unique. Yes.
Very unique. So you're from Chicago.
Yes.
What do you tell your buddies back in Chicago about living in Central Oregon and golf in Central Oregon?
Well, it's just one of the great places in the world to do both. The real interesting thing about Central Oregon is just the wealth of outdoor activities that are here outside of golf.
You hit it on the head. There's so much activity in Central Oregon. There's no excuse to not be in shape here.
Absolutely.
Let's go exercise.
Very good. Thanks a lot.
Smith Rock is one of the 7 wonders of Oregon and the birthplace of modern sport climbing. It's a great place for world-class climbing, family hikes, and amazing views of the Cascades. It's also one of the most photographed features in the state of Oregon. For more information on Smith Rock and the other 6 wonders of Oregon, go to visitcentraloregon.com. Mount Bachelor in Central Oregon has been rated one of the top 10 ski resorts for families in the United States, and for good reason. This is not a small mountain, but there's really something for everybody, Drew.
There is. That's one of our big selling points, you know. Very, very large mountain, 5th or 6th largest in the whole United States in terms of acreage, but we do have something everybody. Beginners are happy, our experts are happy on the backside of our mountain on those sunny powder days, so truly something for everyone.
So this isn't your average mountain, too. We're on a volcano, right?
That's right, and that's pretty rare, you know. That's unique to Pacific Northwest skiing in general, but here at Mount Bachelor, you know, we are the tallest ski resort peak in the Cascades, and you do ride the chair to the top of a volcano, which is something that doesn't happen anywhere else.
You do not find better spring skiing than this.
Yeah, we like to think ourselves as one of the spring skiing capitals of America because the snow lasts so late into the season. I mean, you'd never know by looking at the place today how late in the season it actually is. So many other places go down to dirt by this time of year, but it looks like midwinter here.
Okay, so we're at the top of Pine Mountain Express, and Drew, I feel like I'm in a dream.
Yeah.
This is so wild.
Yeah, here we are. This is technically the middle part of our mountain, mid-mountain, 7,800 foot elevation. And on a day like today, you know, the weather can't make up its mind. It's changing every couple minutes or so.
Makes it fun, though. Keeps you on your toes.
You know, and 5 minutes from now, hopefully when the sun comes back out, the vistas are amazing from here.
Well, I think it's time we do a little shredding. What do you say?
All right, let's go for it. That was a fun one.
That was awesome.
Yeah, how about some lunch?
We're in the shoulder season right now. We're spring skiing, but the summer times are pretty hot here. What's new?
You know, we're really excited about summer. It's one of our new ventures that we're diving into, the Downhill Bike Park. We're so stoked that this July and going through the summer months, we'll have downhill bike trails, lift accessed, that we can introduce Central Oregon to, and we think that the community is going to be really hungry, especially in Central Oregon. You know,
mountain biking's huge. Biking's huge in Central Oregon.
You know, it's taken us 5 years. It's been a big project with planning and development, but phase 1's done and ready to go as soon as the snow melts, and we're going to be working on phase 2 as the summer goes on.
Tell our viewers why they should come to Mount Bachelor.
You know what? It's the full package. Central Oregon. We're a year-round destination now, and in the wintertime specifically, with skiing and snowboarding, you know, you've got other things you can do in Central Oregon outside. It's one of the beer capitals of the world. Great places to stay, great places to eat. You sleep at a comfortable elevation, drive up to the mountain to ski. It's just the full package.
Coming up, off-road adventure, one of our favorite resorts, and wine tasting at a local vineyard. Mountain biking has become the rage in Central Oregon, and for good reason. There's over 300 miles of single track. Mountain biking is just blowing up here, man.
Yeah, it sure is. We have, like you said, 300 miles of trail. There is everything from beginner level down near the river to extreme high mountain rocky terrain, and everyone has a good time here on bikes.
So what kind of trail is this? This doesn't seem like a beginner trail to me.
No, we took you on one of the harder trails in Bend today.
Awesome. And I felt that way. I felt like a complete novice.
Yeah, a lot of rocks, a lot of roots.
So how long would it take me to get proficient on a trail like this? Realistically.
Yeah, totally. There's if you get into mountain biking, the progression can be pretty fast just because it is so fun. You can ride beginner trail, and as soon as your fitness is going, you can do maybe 15 or 20 miles in a 3-hour ride.
So how long have you been riding?
I started riding when I was 14.
So just a few years now.
Yeah, it's been, gosh, I guess 20-something years
You just
now.
told us your age.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, it's great. I love riding, and it keeps me fit, keeps me going. Bend is a great place to live if you're an athlete or if you're just an outdoor enthusiast.
Thanks for this. This was awesome.
Yeah, good.
We're so honored to partner once again with our good friends, and this is absolutely my favorite resort in the world, the Sun River Resort, located in Sun River, Oregon.
There's a lot of great things going on at Sun River right now. We've actually just almost finished all of the room renovations, so we've upgraded all of our accommodations. So whether it's a shorter visit and you want to stay in our lodge accommodations, or if you're going to be here for a full week or a little bit beyond that, we have plenty of homes that we rent as well, anywhere from a 2-bedroom home up to a 6-bedroom home. It comes with a full kitchen, full dining room, and it's very convenient and comfortable for families that are going to be here enjoying all the activities that we have throughout this year.
How big is this resort? Because you can get lost.
It is. It's very large. We actually sit on 3,300 acres, so it's quite large, and it spans anywhere from private neighborhoods all the way down to the river, where we have a marina, horse stables, and our own airport as well.
That's awesome. I love the fact you really don't even have to leave Sun River. If you're here, you can stay for a week. You've got grocery stores, you've got restaurants, you've got pubs. The Owl's Nest is a fun pub.
We do. Both the Meadows and Owl's Nest is right here in our lodge for anybody that is looking for Pacific Northwest dining here, as well as we have a variety of other establishments within the village.
This looks amazing, Chef. Nicely done, nice preparation.
What we have here is baby arugula tossed in a blood orange vinaigrette, some roasted beets, pickled onions, candied walnuts, and Juniper Grove goat cheese.
Mostly locally sourced?
Mostly, yes.
Like it?
The entree we have done is salmon that's been wild caught, it's been seared. It is with the vanilla bean saffron beurre blanc. And for dessert, we're going to finish it up with Marionberry cobbler with black truffle ice cream, caramel apple, bread pudding, and vanilla bean creme brulee.
I want to bring my family back here this summer. Tell us about the family activities.
Oh, there's plenty to do, especially for families here. Not only do we have the marina, people can go out on rafting tours or kayaking, but we also have our bike barn, so grab some bikes and go out for adventure for the day. There's plenty of bikes to be had. And also we have kids activities, so we have a Camp Fun Again. So if you want to drop your kids off for the day and really get them involved with activities and nature hikes and things like that, it's a great destination. And then of course, while you're dropping the kids off, it's a great time for mom and dad maybe to hit the spa as well.
Yes,
so,
that's what I was going to talk about.
Sage Springs is a great destination for us to relax and plenty of treatments, great massage therapists. And if you want to sneak in a workout, we have a great workout facility as well there.
We offer everything from massage to body treatments, facials, waxing, and nail services. Some of my favorite, the Spa Abhyanga, which is a warm oil body massage. The ultimate experience.
One of my favorite things is the jacuzzi in the men's locker room. I feel like I'm outside at Smith Rock with the stars beaming down on me, birds chirping. That is so relaxing.
It is relaxing, and the hot tub is also saline, so it's easier on your skin, you're more buoyant. You have that transfer of salt, which is detoxifying. And one of my favorite things is the lighting in there. The lighting was designed to mimic sunsets and sunrises in Central Oregon.
I've been known to indulge in good wines, and I also love a good story. Today we find both at Marigus Winery, located just outside of Redmond, Oregon. And Doug, this is relatively new to this area, but your family has been making wines for years and years. Talk about that.
Well, I was introduced to it by my grandmother, and
She started making wine and brokering wine grapes in 1941 out of Lodi, California. And my grandparents were all immigrants, so they were very headstrong on don't work as hard as we did, and the only way you're going to do that is by getting educated.
So how did you find this property? This is just such a stunning setting.
Well, you know, it was happenstance. We were looking for the perfect spot. Drove onto the farm and it wasn't, 200 feet down the drive when my mouth dropped. You've got Smith Rock, which is a beautiful state park that you're looking at to the south. And literally we look at 7 peaks of the Cascades. So I thought, well, that's great. And then I looked at the land and there was a south-facing slope and that's what I wanted. The soil was perfect. It's volcanic loam, which drains really well, which the grapes like. The only rest of it was to pay the bill.
I found it very interesting that, you know, I think of Southern Oregon, I think of the Willamette Valley for obviously wine growing regions, but I didn't think of Central Oregon. This is kind of a pleasant surprise that you can actually grow grapes out here.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people, there was a large faction of naysayers that you could not do that. We're not at the finish line yet, but it's great to know that what people said that would not be able to be accomplished has been accomplished. We're going to go for reds if that's okay with you, and
that's okay.
Let's start with this one. It's called Good Earth Malbec. Malbec is really becoming a popular grape, and there's a really good reason for that. Ours is very rich for most Malbecs that come out of Argentina. Thank you. I left it on the lees for a long period of time, 9 months. See what you think.
Oh, that's nice.
Thanks. And in here we don't hydrate the winery, so that means a lot. We lose a lot of wine, but it gets more dense and more flavorful as time goes on in those barrels.
It's rich.
Yeah, definitely.
I like it. I like all of them. You've definitely hit the nail on the head in Central Oregon.
Oh,
what a
thanks.
pleasant surprise. What do you
Thank you.
say to the people who are the naysayers when you said, you can't do this?
Well, my mother told me to be polite. The proof is in the pudding, you know, and come on in and enjoy it.
When Next Stop returns, I tackle a new hobby in a gorgeous mountain river. I've heard for years that Central Oregon has some of the best fly fishing in the world. Let's reel in some more information with Stillwater Fly Shop.
Welcome to our office here. Welcome to Central Oregon. We're going to teach you a little bit about fly fishing today in the backyard that we call home.
You mentioned the key word, little, which is what I know about fly fishing. I know very little about fly fishing.
Well, that's all right. We'll cover some of the basics today about casting, presentation, what we're trying to do so that, you know, maybe we'll pick up some fish. So what we're going to do is we're going to get you into some Gore-Tex waders.
Do I look the part?
You look the part. You look like you know what you're doing now.
I'm feeling good. I'm ready to get my fly fish on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll go down into this one area that's kind of behind us.
What's this river?
This is the Fall River, and it's one of the spring creeks that are in Central Oregon. There's two major ones, the Metolius and this.
It is so clear. I don't think I've ever seen a river so clear.
So let's just go ahead and go on down into this area over here, and we'll do a little casting 101.
Okay.
The basis of it is that you're going to have what's called right above you is 12 o'clock.
Okay.
In front of you, we want to stop the rod tip at about 10 o'clock. Behind you, 2 o'clock.
So am I letting go of this or am I hanging on to this?
Eventually you will. Just hang on to it for now.
So 10 to 2.
10 to 2. There you go. Keep going. Back and forth. Yep. Hey, you got it, John. So John, we're going to fish this area right in here. You can kind of see some of the landmarks where fish will be holding. So we have this really light green area over here, and then kind of a darker green up above it with fast water. So for the most part, what's going to happen is the fish comes up. You'll see the fish come up, rise, and grab it and pull back down.
Yeah, then what do I do?
Once we get to that part, then we'll talk through that. So that's a good cast right in there because it's moving up into it.
Thank you. I had no idea that we get to go for a nice hike too, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of the enjoyment of it as well. You get to see a different part of the scenery, and so kind of the same thing what we did before is we're going to fish kind of this area right in here. right into that section right there.
So Paul, besides guiding fly fishing, what else do you guys do as a company?
Well, primarily we're a fly fishing store, so I would say about 90% of everything that we sell retail-wise, rods, reels, waders, boots, coats, etc., is done through e-commerce.
Paul, I think I found a new hobby.
I do too. I thought you did really well. You picked up the sport really quickly, and it looks like you were enjoying yourself.
I had a great time. You know, this isn't about catching fish for me. It would have been nice, but it's not necessary. This is about meeting new friends and being at one with Mother Nature. This is just gorgeous.
I agree 100%. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks for joining us on Next Stop from amazing Central Oregon. Wow. If you're an outdoor enthusiast, this is your Mecca. Thanks also to this show's sponsors, our good friends at the Central Oregon Visitors Association, the Sun River Resort, and Alaska Airlines. Next stop. Where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody. Another fancy word, by the way.
Yeah.
Brettanomyces.
I was wondering, can we get somebody else that maybe knows a little bit more about the fermentation process?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Or knows bigger words. Brettanomyces is too small for us.
I know.
See any fish yet?
No, haven't seen any move yet.
Oops. Well, I just caught myself. Does that count?
That does count.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm one big fish. Hi, I'm Jon Olson. Welcome to Next Stop from the People's Coast. The stunning Oregon coast is one of the 7 wonders of Oregon. On this episode, we'll feature the northern Oregon coast. We'll kayak in Tillamook County, we'll talk wheels in Seaside, and we'll chat up local brews and fine foods in Astoria. All this and so much more on Next Stop from the People's Coast. The fun starts now. Today we're with Kayak Tillamook for a relaxing and educational day on the Little Nestucca River.
All right, everybody, we're going to head to the left side of the river, under the bridge, and we're going to head right past that sunken ship that you see along the shoreline.
It's a cement vessel. It's called Faro Creek Construction. And I believe that the guy started building the thing in the early 80s. And in that day, the fishing industry was much more prolific than it is today. What I understand happened is he ran out of money in the process of putting this thing together, and he towed it up here and put a hole in it and sank it.
So everyone, follow us. We're going to actually go into the Nestucca Wildlife Refuge. It's a very important piece of property for what's called the Pacific Flyway. Hundreds of different species of birds migrate each year from north to south and south to north. This property provides them a safe passageway, a safe place to rest and to eat on their journey. The most recognizable migratory bird that stops here would be the Canada goose, often misnamed the Canadian goose. It's actually called the Canada goose. Keep your eyes open. Along the banks of this Little Nestucca River, we often see river otters here.
Ooh.
So you'll see them kind of frolicking. They move through the water differently than beavers. Beavers will glide evenly across the surface, but river otters will actually go down into the water and they will bob back up. I wanted to talk to you about the cormorant that's sitting on the trees right over there, all lined up. Pretty picturesque. The cormorants are a really interesting bird. They're a diving seabird, and it can dive nearly 100 feet to go get fish.
Wow.
So that's pretty amazing, and in certain parts of the world, actually, particularly in Asia, they actually train the cormorants to go catch fish and bring them back to the boat. As you can see, the tide is now leaving the estuary system. The reason that I pulled us over onto this part of the river is because You can see where we're now situated, there is no tidal current. But if you look over across the river, you can see the water's moving pretty swiftly. So follow me and enjoy the trip as we paddle into the grasslands. We're going to go around the corner and you'll get a really nice view of all the surrounding hillsides.
Coming up on Next Stop, biking, go-karts, friends and food, and vintage cars in Seaside. So we've been eating very well in Seaside, so I'm stoked today that we get to have some exercise. I'm with my buddy Jon, Husker fan.
Yeah, go Big Red.
What are we doing today? This is absolutely gorgeous. We're just outside of Seaside. We're in the trees. We're in the mountains. This is like serene.
We are, yeah. We're a little bit east of Seaside. Several trails in the logging road system above Seaside, and we're going to check one of those out today. So
awesome.
Be a lot of fun.
What else are we going to do? You have a special day planned for us.
After
it's
that,
a dude day.
It is a dude day. After that, we're going to hit the family fun park and go and hit the go-karts for a little bit.
Sweet.
So we'll go from 2 wheels to 4 wheels.
Nice.
And then it got a nice little brunch, breakfast, lunch spot that'll be awesome for to kind of refuel us after this busy day.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Let's ride.
All right.
Seaside is obviously well known for family fun, so it's very appropriate that we're at the family fun park.
Definitely, definitely.
So what am I going to kick your butt in now?
Well, I don't know if you're going to kick my butt, but I think I'm going to take you down in go-karts.
All right, game on, brother.
Okay.
Johnny, I'm never too old to enjoy a good go-kart race.
And it was fun, but I let you win.
He did not let you win, my friend.
It's a good race.
This place is awesome, though, and I guess there's some changes coming up.
There are, yeah. They've done a great job in continuing to kind of put in some new things for families and kids. And expectation is that in a couple years we'll have kind of an 18 and over track, so that should be a lot of fun.
That'll be fun. We'll come back for that.
Definitely.
Another race.
Definitely.
Game on.
Yeah.
So wheels has kind of been the theme of our Seaside segments. You had a adult wheels version rolling in town a couple weeks ago.
We did, yeah. Classic Car Show was here. Wheels and Waves, they're here every September. One of the 2 car shows that are here, the other one's in June, and just a lot of fun. I mean, they have the muscle cars in June and then the classic cars in September, and both of them are just a hoot and a good time in Seaside.
Let's get back on our 2 wheels.
Sounds good.
Johnny, what a day. We start the day in the mountains, we hit the go-karts, we hit the beautiful prom, and now we're at one of your favorite places.
Yeah, it's one of Seaside's newest restaurants, and one of the things I like about this place is kind of the eclectic variety of food that it offers. And Seaside's so known for its street food and kind of sweet treats, and this is a kind of a new flavor for Seaside, and it's a lot of fun.
So breakfast all day long?
You can do breakfast all day long, also a nice lunch menu.
So we're on the People's Coast, John.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you? What does the People's Coast mean?
You know, I think it's the all access that we get by, well, as a resident by living here, but the term kind of free. I mean, it's all open to anyone, and anybody can spend some time on it, and it's truly, truly for the people, for anybody. I just love that. I mean, it's really special.
It's been a great day. It's been special hanging out with you,
Enjoyed
buddy.
It, man. Thanks, appreciate it.
The Oregon coast is one of the 7 wonders of Oregon. All 363 miles of it are free and ready for us all to explore. Go to visittheoregoncoast.com to plan your next Oregon Coast adventure. And while you're here, tag your photos. Hashtag the People's Coast. The streets of Seaside may seem peaceful now, but that wasn't the case a few days ago when we attended the annual Seaside Wheels and Waves event, where over 400 cars lined the streets.
The show itself, we've got about 425 registered cars, and then in the outskirts lying around out there's probably another 300 enthusiastic, fun-filled cars sitting around just for people to enjoy also. And then this is our second day of the event. It started last night. Today we have show and shine throughout the day, and then about 6 o'clock tonight we're going to start cruising these cars and showing people they move around and everybody has a good time. We got everything represented from Arizona to up into British Columbia, Alberta, and I guess we've got a car now that's coming out of Florida. Seaside's a great community, just bottom line, because you can come to Seaside, park your car, and everything is tight enough and compact enough where you can walk the rest of your stay here in Seaside.
This is a 1937 Ford Slantback. It's been completely redone. It runs a 350 Chevrolet engine in it. It's got a 350 transmission in it and a Chevrolet rear end in it. Power brakes, air conditioning, power steering. It's really designed to be a cruising car. And we take a lot of day trips in it, and we have a little trailer in the back of it that we can put our day stuff in, and we've got a cooler in it and all the facilities we need to have for a good time.
Well, I've had it since 2001, and have a 502 Ramjet, have a complete frame-off restoration on it with a Jim Meyer racing frame, 4 DVD screens, 1 underneath the hood, 2 in the back seats, and 1 in the trunk. PlayStation. This is my first time to the show with this car. I've had it. It's been in construction for that length of time.
It took me about 4 years. It's running the stock 6-cylinder engine in it that they come out with. I put tri-power on it. It's got a Camaro, late model Camaro 5-speed with open drive line. It runs down the highway good and it gets good mileage. It's not a power horse, but it's a nice driver. Yeah.
So you wanted one of these in the 50s because you wanted to pick up chicks, right?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Is this car picking up chicks today?
Yeah, well, I don't know. My wife's standing right over here. I don't think so.
Did it pick her up? Is she married you because of this car?
She married me if the car's gone, I'm gone.
Coming up, we'll explore Hollywood favorite Astoria by foot, and we'll attend a local beer festival. Astoria was the oldest settlement west of the Rockies, which means it's rich with history. Take us back in time, Elena.
Yeah, we are here at the Flavel House, which really captures our centennial that we celebrated a few years ago.
Rumor has it you're going to take me on a little walking tour.
Yes, we have. I have lots of exciting things to show you. We're really working on blending the old and the new, and revitalizing and redeveloping downtown, and it's really great.
Let's explore.
Yeah.
So, Elena, next stop in Hollywood have something in common. We both love Astoria.
Yes.
A lot of Hollywood happened. This looks familiar to me.
Yeah. Do you know where?
The Goonies. Jay.
Yes. The Goonies has quite the impression on our town. It's really exciting, and there's a bunch of other great films that have been filmed right here in Astoria, as well as across the state of Oregon. And what's really exciting about the Film Museum, not only can you go inside, but you can also act out some of your favorite scenes.
So this is something new, the Garden of Surging Waves. What's the significance of this?
Yes, this opened up in May of 2014, and it is highlighting the heritage and culture of the community. We have a lot of Chinese influence in the early 1900s and before, and so this garden is symbolic to that, as well as just the blending of all of the cultures. We have a very large Scandinavian community as well, and what's really exciting is this is going to expand and become Heritage Square will be its new name, and it will be more of a community gathering place with an amphitheater and just a lot of activity.
I'm digging the tour.
Yeah.
So far, so good. I love this shopping district. These are some very colorful shops. And we're here in the tattoo studio right here?
Yes, Keepsake Tattoo. Yeah.
So talk about the shops in downtown.
Yeah, so one of the things I mentioned a little bit at the Flavel House, that our downtown is really preserving downtown and doing a lot of adaptive reuse.
So what are the variety of shops in this particular block right here?
In this particular block, so we're standing in a tattoo parlor. There is a restaurant next door. There's a very eclectic, fun, cool store across the street. You have a barber shop, you have an art gallery, and a bookstore. all in one block. Oh, and a bicycle shop.
Oh, and a bicycle shop. Throw that in too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why not, right? It is downtown Astoria.
And just a couple blocks away, we have an amazing Sunday market. Now talk about the community coming together. This Sunday market is incredible.
Yes. This is one of the largest Sunday markets on the Pacific Northwest coast. There is a variety of vendors. You have your local farmers, you have your local craftsmen. There's live music every Sunday. It's a lot of fun, and you can just feel the energy. It's a lot of fun, and it brings, like you said, brings the community together, and it's a lot of fun.
Where else can you go have cotton candy in one booth and right next door sample the wines?
Exactly.
Next stop, we'd like to thank its travel partner, Alaska Airlines, serving over 100 destinations from Alaska to the lower 48 and from Canada to Mexico. Live a more exciting life through travel and explore more and spend less at alaskaair.com. We're in one of my favorite Oregon coastal towns, Astoria, for the Pacific Northwest Brew Cup. Meet the queen of the Sud Squad. This is Dulcie. Now, she's really not the queen of the Sud Squad. I deemed you that tonight.
Yeah, you did. You gave me that name right now.
But who are you with, though? Because it's a long title. The Astoria is...
Astoria Downtown Historic District Association, and I'm the president of that organization.
And that's what this is benefiting tonight.
That's what this is. We put it on, and we benefit, yeah.
So what is this? How many brewers are here? Are we talking regional craft brews only?
We're talking regional craft beers from the Pacific Northwest. We're talking 42 brewers, and one of them brought 2 things. So 43 beers and ciders. And on the beautiful Columbia River.
Oh, this is spectacular.
Outside, this is a great day.
Kids are having fun. This is obviously a great event for families.
Yeah, it is. And this whole thing wouldn't happen without volunteers. The Moms Club takes care of the kids in the kids booth, and volunteers take care of the front. Volunteers pour the beer.
You can't talk craft brewing in Astoria and not talk to the Fort George Brewery. Jack, you guys are everywhere.
Yeah, in Astoria for sure.
No, but I've seen you on the roads in Portland. I've seen you on the roads to Seattle. You guys really are getting around. You have an amazing story. You've grown up so fast in such a short period of time. How?
I guess we make beer that people like to drink, and we got a great crew of people that get it out and about.
So where are you right now? Where are you distributed?
We are in all of the lower Columbia, and of course Oregon and Washington and Idaho.
So what's your philosophy though? Because a lot of guys, they start a brewery and it doesn't blow up as fast as your guys' have. What's your philosophy that keeps you guys going and just going straight up?
We just always want to be doing things better. It's kind of what we do. We try to always improve on our making the beer and our relationships with people that are selling and drinking the beer.
The Brew Cup has great beer, great food, and great live music. Up next on Next Stop, we'll see what's cooking with our friends at Baked Alaska. Earlier today, we saw an impressive sight, a large cruise ship entering the port of Astoria. Chef Holland from Baked Alaska greeted some of the passengers with a cooking demonstration.
This is known as Chef Daddy Savory Blend. We don't try to make it salty, we're just kind of bringing the flavor out, okay? You can check it out if you want. If you like it, I know we can get some. That's all that I'm putting on the fish. All right? Here we go. Going in the oven, 350. What we're going to look for is the thickest part of the thickest piece of fish will be firm to the touch, and you'll start to see the proteins coagulating. That, for lack of a better term, the white milky proteins will start to peek out at the top.
Chef Owen.
What's up, man?
How's the class, buddy?
It's good. Super good. These folks were super stoked. They really had a good time. Yeah. They really enjoyed themselves.
I love this place.
Yeah, it's been fun. This is our new artisan pizzeria, simply known as the Baked.
Baked.
Yeah, come check it out.
Pizza.
So we got just some classic renditions of margarita and things like that. But some fun twists. Every day is happy hour pie. So like today, check that guy out.
Local brews are kind of the hot thing here too.
For sure. We try to feature craft beers from all over the place. We have all the local guys, so Fort George Brewery, Bowie Beer, one of the newest additions to Astoria. We got Story Brewing Company. They just opened a new production brewery. So
what's going on with the jar?
It's kind of a science experiment. It's from, we call it the medicine cabinet. So it's not brains, man. So ginger infused vodka, and then we make a fresh basil martini out of it. Check it out. Ooh, wow. That works with the bacon jam, I see. That's awesome. Anyway,
I'll stick with mine.
All right, keep coming. We'll go to the dining room. What we're really trying to focus on here is the seasonality of food, and we emphasize our tasting menu. So it's kind of off the cuff. Like if you don't know what you want to eat, you order the tasting menu. Anyway, so like check this out. Like tonight. Thanks, Mark. That's awesome. Okay, so like crispy skinned salmon. It's kind of last this season. You want a fork, man?
Sure.
I happen to have a couple in my pocket right now.
So that's what that's for.
Yeah. So check it out. We got these are like little patty pan squash. All right, crispy skin, super nice, like salmon bacon. Anyway, if you can get in there. So, tasting menu. You don't know what you're going to get. Chefs just do whatever they want.
It's very good.
That's kind of the way they go.
Salmon's the hot
thing here. Who needs a menu? Who needs a menu? Anyway.
Not at Baked Alaska.
I'm going to set that down. We'll come back and get it. All right. Let's go outside. You guys see the deck, okay?
So they say location, location, location. You have a pretty good location.
No, it's not bad. It's pretty rough coming to work with this going on right here. So, yeah, it's fantastic. We're just out on a pier right off downtown. It's about perfect.
How did you guys get started again? Tell us the story.
We started the business by selling food out of our van at music festivals.
And now you have Chef Daddy. I have some of your salts. I love it.
Yeah, we've been doing you bought some a few years ago.
I'm going to buy some.
We got a fresh new package. Yeah, Chef Daddy Brands. We have an online store, and we're doing a lot of sales with cooking classes, demos, a market. We're even doing a big holiday show coming up. So, yeah, our seasoning salts and other cool kitchen tools and gadgets available at ChefDaddyBrands.com.
Chef Olin, the most interesting chef in the world. Good to see you, buddy.
Oh yeah, good to see you.
Lewis and Clark ended their journey on the North Oregon coast, and so do we. The People's Coast of Oregon is truly a special part of the world. Thanks to all our friends who made this show possible. Thanks especially to Tillamook County and the cities of Astoria and Seaside. And a warm thank you to Travel Oregon and Alaska Airlines for your partnership. Next stop, where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody.
Shipwrecks and things happening. So, yeah, I mean, it's just really that, forgetting my words, a channel of industry.
That's okay. And just a couple blocks away, we have an amazing Sunday market.
Yes, yeah.
Check it out. Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's go.
Who is that?
Where are you guys going? Where are you guys going?
Hi, everybody. I'm Jon Olson. Welcome to Next Stop from the end of the Lewis and Clark Trail. Lewis and Clark may have ended their journey here, but it's where our journey begins for our North Oregon Coast Show. On this episode, we'll feature Seaside, Oregon's #1 family ocean resort, and we'll take you to the first settlement west of the Rockies, Astoria. We'll also take you a little bit south to Tillamook, world famous for cheese, and so much more. The fun starts now. Life is way more than just a day at the beach here in Seaside, and to prove it, we've got Miss Clatsop County Jessica, who's going to take us on a little tour. What's on the agenda?
Well, we're going to go kayaking, we're going to go mountain biking, and we're going to go on a hike up to Limousine.
Sounds like a fun afternoon. All aboard.
Hey, Jessica. This is John.
Hey, guys.
John, I'm Darin Gooch with Sunset Empire Park and Recreation.
Mike.
John, good to meet you. What we're going to do is we're going to get some life vests on you. Safety is always number one priority. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk down to the canoes. We're going to get you some paddles. We're going to give you just a real quick, brief overview, and then we're going to get you in the water. So what you guys are going to do, you're going to paddle on the opposite sides. You're going to maintain paddling on one side until your arms get tired, at which point you're going to say switch.
Okay.
And paddle is going to change to the other side. Okay. Hold on, here you go. So you guys get used to it. Paddle around a little bit.
You know, this has got to be one of the most peaceful things I've done in the last month.
Yeah.
If I lived here, I think I'd be out here every day.
Yeah, we're blessed.
You guys are. This is fantastic.
So one of the things we try to do with these canoe trips out here on the river is kind of take some of these folks. You can see the houses and stuff back here. They're right here next to this really the precious river system, kind of reconnecting people to that.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. So what's next?
We're going mountain biking.
Let's go.
All right.
Hi, John. Hi, Jessica. I'm Al. I've rented some bikes and some helmets. You ready to hit the trails?
I'm ready. I'm looking forward to this all day. Let's try this baby on. Al, you've got some pretty cool digs in your backyard up here, man.
Absolutely.
This is amazing. All the depths of colors up here, we were just talking about this. It's so beautiful, and what a gorgeous day.
Yeah, and at the moment, of course, it's winter, so in the summer it becomes even more vibrant with a lot of foxglove and other plants that are around you.
How do people find out about all the different routes? Because there's got to be just hundreds of different routes up here.
We put two websites together, which is seasidenaturally.com. And another place you can find a lot of our routes is at everytrail.com. So if you put in a search for Seaside on everytrail.com, then you should come up with some of our hiking trails, biking trails, or kayaking routes.
It's fun.
Now see, John, it's not just another day at the beach.
No, it isn't. You're proving it. Now, you guys have an app to prove it, right?
Absolutely. The Seaside iPhone app, coming to an iPhone near you soon.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for showing us around, and what's next?
We're going on a hike.
What an awesome day. Thank you, Jessica, for helping us make some great memories, and good luck in your pageant.
Well, thank you very much, but we're not done yet. We got to go up the trail.
Well, sounds fun for us, but the crews are really tired and they can't handle it, so we'll just leave them
We'll just
here.
leave them.
All right.
Let's go.
Seaside has been Oregon's most popular ocean resort for over a century and is located just an hour and a half from Portland. Its 1.5-mile oceanfront promenade, or prom as they like to call it, is ideal for joggers, bikers, even families with strollers. This is an ideal family vacation destination, and there's a plethora of lodging opportunities. From quaint B&Bs to luxury hotels like the Rivertide Suites to affordable vacation home rentals from Oregon Beach Vacations, which have hundreds of rentals up and down the Oregon coast. For more information on all the above, visit seasideor.com. We're at the 29th annual Seaside Beach Volleyball Tournament, the largest amateur beach volleyball tournament in the world. Over 750 teams here to compete from all over the place. Let's have some fun. Okay, I've got the two big dogs at the volleyball tournament here with me. We got Al from the Chamber. We got Steve from Elevation, which you guys are the group that promotes it, right?
Right. This is the 29th year of this tournament. It's still going strong and getting bigger every year.
I'm looking around the beach here and I'm seeing kids all the way to adults, girl teams, guy teams, mixed teams. It's really a mixture of everybody and anybody can do it, right?
That's the beauty of it. There's over 30 divisions of play,
players are coming from all over. They're quite good. The number of the AVP ranked teams are here this weekend, just with the way the schedule worked out, and it's fantastic play.
Okay, I can't come all the way to Seaside and be at this big volleyball tournament and not get a couple lessons. So instead of just having one person teach me, I found twins. That's how I roll. So you're 18 years old, graduated high school. You have aspirations to go to Oregon State.
Yeah.
You guys want to be a Bee, or why not the Ducks?
It has to be Beavers. Beavers are better.
Okay, have you noticed in Seaside that all of the fire hydrants are painted yellow and green?
No, I didn't notice that.
Check it out.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
I'll go paint them.
You should start a revolt for the Oregon State Beaver fans. So what do you teach me? Pretend I know nothing.
Okay, first we'll teach you how to pass.
Okay.
So you hold your hands like, make a fist, and you want to make like a platform almost. So you want your elbows locked. And yeah, that's good. And you want to pass it right here. Bring your arms up, both of them, and then you follow through. And snap your wrist.
I think I picked some good teachers. Thanks, girls.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. That's fun. You guys have a fun sport.
I love it.
What a cool event in Seaside. I've never seen the beaches jumping like this in Seaside. I highly recommend you guys attend next year's event. When this thing started in 1982, there was only 8 nets on the beach. Today, over 100 nets. What amazing growth. Coming up on Next Stop, the world-famous Tillamook Cheese Factory, a unique store, and more. Tillamook is a Native American word meaning land of many waters. With 75 miles of coastline, 4 bays, and 9 rivers, it lives up to its name. Tillamook County also lives up to its slogan, the land of cheese, trees, and ocean breeze. While here, we suggest you stay at the Ashley Inn, walking distance to the Blue Heron French Cheese Company and world-famous Tillamook Cheese Factory. The Tillamook Cheese Factory is one of Oregon's busiest tourist attractions with over 1 million visitors a year. Today, it attracts our Next Stop crew.
John, welcome to the Tillamook Cheese Factory.
Hey, Heidi.
Join me in the bus.
Looking forward to this. This is going to be fun.
Absolutely. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about what you're going to see at the Tillamook Cheese Factory today. So there's lots of things you're going to see. You're going to learn a little bit about cheese making, the dairy industry. We're going to sample some award-winning cheeses.
Yum.
So let's get started.
Let's get started.
So this is where all the action begins.
Wow. That is a lot of cheese down there.
The cheese making takes place on the other side, and then after the cheese is aged, we bring it back in to do the cut and wrap. So this is kind of the end of the process, where the cheese making begins on the other side is the beginning.
They look happy down there. All the workers have smiles on their face. This must be a great place to work.
I think so, and I think they think so too, and it's kind of fun. We have one of the ladies right here is wearing one of our loafism shirts, which says "Loaf Thy Neighbor." I always think it's fun to come to work and watch and see what they've chosen for the day for their loafism. Shawn, now's the time.
Yay!
It's time to sample the cheese.
Wow, this looks good.
So the very first thing I'd like you to try is Tillamook cheese curd. This is what we call our squeaky cheese. This is the only place you can get Tillamook cheese curd is at the Tillamook Cheese Factory.
You heard it here first.
That's right.
I was looking forward to trying this. I'll try a double one. Wow.
What do you think?
That is really good. That would go so good with crackers and wine. They all would. So thank you.
But I did save one of the best for last.
Okay.
Tillamook ice cream. Are you in?
I'm in. I'm all in.
Well, let's go try some.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
Cheers. You can add a little peppermint on your chocolate.
Doesn't hurt.
The Blue Heron French Cheese Company, located off Highway 101 in Tillamook, Oregon, is one of the most unique companies in all of Oregon. Of course, they've got cheeses, they've got Northwest wines, specialty gifts, but they've also got a petting farm? The outside is incredible with the petting farm, but the inside is even better than expected. And we decided to kind of mix things up a little bit and talk story here at the table with the most unique specialty gifts. This place is absolutely incredible. Jessica and Kenzie, thanks for joining us. This lives up to the billing as one of the most unique operations in the entire state of Oregon.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. It's been, and now this is your family.
Yep, we've been here for 31 years. My parents started this business the year that I was born. So I
just told everybody your age.
I know, and that's okay. That's okay. I realized that as it was coming out.
People come here all the time, every weekend. You have a lot of loyal people. You have an amazing deli.
Yeah.
You've got a brie counter with lots of different brie, and you can sample, right? It's all about sampling here.
Yep.
We have over 500 wines. We feature Northwest wines, Oregon and Washington. What we try and do is match you with the flavor profile of wines you like. This has become one of the most popular wines. I sold 5 bottles of this today. It's the Blue Heron, the best tasting venue on the Oregon coast.
I would agree with that.
Absolutely.
That's pretty good.
That's what it is. Kumbaya.
Kumbaya. Thank you. The Port of Garibaldi is the closest port to Portland and is vital to the success of Tillamook County, right, Val?
Spot on, John, spot on.
Why is that?
Number one, because we have the most premier fishing. It's an easy access. There's very little time that it takes to get to the ocean, and the Mother Ocean is right around the corner. In less than 20 minutes, you're across the bar.
When we walk around the port, it's almost like it's its own city. You've got a lot of shops, you've got businesses.
About 10, 12 years ago, this bay got designated as a national bay of significance, which means the Clean Water Act set down. We started to work on restoration of salmon and habitat, and part of that was outreach. So we want people to come down and look at our rivers and be in our bays, Nehalem, Tillamook, and Nestucca, and be able to interact with the natural environment without necessarily having to take something home with them except for the experience.
Up next, an Iron Chefs competition along the Oregon coast and cooking with kids with a local chef. We're at the Seaside Civic and Convention Center along the Oregon coast for the 3rd annual Iron Chefs Goes Coastal. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 3rd annual Iron Chefs Goes Coastal competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? We're about to choose the teams for Iron Chef Goes Coastal. I'm going to invite Will LaRue as the returning champion to draw the first knife. Santoku. So our teams will be Will LaRue and Jason Aldrin on one team. They will be on the left. Aaron Bedard and Noah Kaufman on the right here. And the secret ingredient. Chefs, you ready? The secret ingredient. Shellfish. Looks like we got some purple Peruvian potatoes. And then Noah, he's got something interesting. This is the other first that I was talking about. He's actually going to be making a soy lecithin foam.
Well, my senses are overwhelmed at this point. Everything is really good, and it is a very hard decision.
I'm appreciative of what they've came up with in the time limit that they were given.
The winner, the Iron Chef Goes Coastal, Will LaRue and Jason Aldrin.
The competition was fierce, but in the end, somebody has to win, and we're the winning team right now. Will and Jason.
Just looking at all the ingredients, you're just putting together everything you can try to possibly make as fast as you can in your head, and as simply as possible.
Are you guys talking about this in advance?
Yeah, it was really easy this year working with Jason. Jason and I hit right on the head, and we had a bunch of ideas that went together really, really well. So.
What'd you think? You're a chef. You see this grow every time. More and more local produce, more and more local meats and fish. This has got to be just awesome for you.
Well, I have to say, our vendors have been outstanding this year. They've given us some amazing products that we haven't had in the past, which I'm really, really thrilled about. The secret ingredient was great. It just kind of covered a very broad area, and really allowed the chefs to really let their culinary juices flow.
Tonight we definitely raised a bunch of money for the United Way of Clatsop County, which is a great cause, and I think we did a good job, good enough that we deserve a little treat.
Absolutely.
Cheers, we'll see you next year.
Cheers to you.
Astoria is a city of firsts. It was established in 1810 as a fur trading post and was the first U.S. settlement west of the Rockies. It was also the first place where legendary actor Clark Gable got his acting start. Another first? Back in 1948, the first U.S. cable television broadcast from right downtown Astoria. Come to Astoria, Oregon, and experience one of your firsts. Chef extraordinaire Chris Holland from Astoria's Baked Alaska brings his talents just a little bit south down the road to Seaside. We're going to cook with the kids from OSU's 4-H program. We're going to make some mac and cheese. What do you say?
Yeah! We're going to make a gourmet version of a baked macaroni and cheese. So I need a couple people who wants to cook pasta. Okay, you guys. Okay. All right. Yes. Who wants to make the sauce? Austin.
Morgan and Austin.
All right, cool. Okay, take that.
Go, Morgan.
Okay, so Morgan, you're going to be in charge of this, all right? Okay. It just needs to melt. Just stand there and whisk it. All right? What has to happen to activate this roux, to actually make it thick in a sauce, is this has to boil. And the cream will boil at what temperature?
212 degrees.
Woo! Nice. Nice job. Okay, you're going to add in some cheese. Go ahead. Cholula, I like to call the priest. And we call it the priest because the Cholula, a few splashes of this, it's going to marry the flavors together. Isn't that nice? One more. Okay, that's good. Stop. Oh, dude, that's too much. Okay, just kidding. Okay. We're not trying to make it spicy, okay? We're trying to marry the flavors. And hot sauce can marry the flavors together. Somebody take and sprinkle this cheese evenly. Just use the whole rest of it over all of these. So this is it. All we have to do is bake and serve.
Okay, that was a lot of fun.
That was an absolute blast.
The kids had fun, you had fun, I had fun. We all learned a little something.
Absolutely.
We're back here at your restaurant in Astoria on the deck. What an amazing location you have, Chris.
This is a good spot. This is a good spot. I get to come work here every day. So.
You kind of are living the dream because you and your wife started this thing out of the back of a van. Yeah. Literally, down by the river.
Yep, down by the river. Sold food and music festivals, and on the way just kind of drove through Astoria and fell in love with the place, and here we are. You know, it's 10, almost 11 years later now, and we're still here.
Tell us your motto, too. I love your motto. The only thing you overlook is the Columbia
River.
Come and see him at Baked Alaska in Astoria. Coming up, the beautiful music of Michael Allen Harrison at the Liberty Theater in Astoria. Our music segment takes us to the historical Liberty Theater in downtown Astoria for a live musical benefit by Michael Allen Harrison.
It is what's called an atmospheric theater, in our case built to transport you to a Venetian palace. So when you're standing on the balcony, you're eye level with 12 really amazing paintings. So it's as if you're standing in a Venetian palace looking out at the canals. When there are performances like Michael Allen Harrison this evening, it is as if you are a part of the music and the music embraces you because of how the room plays with the sound.
This is a rare treat for us at Next Stop. We get to have one of the most famous musicians in the entire Northwest, Michael Allen Harrison, on Next Stop. Michael, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Well, let's talk about your music, because I've actually been following you from afar for a long time. Okay. You've been doing this for quite a while.
Yeah, about 30 years since I started being a professional musician since my first paying gig. Let's just say that. But it's been a wonderful journey. Now that I'm considered, a statesman in the industry and in this territory, I guess. I'm more involved in working with kids, and I have a foundation called the Snowman Foundation. We raise money for music education, and so I spend more of my time there. But, my first love is playing the piano, and I love to do concerts.
your music changed over the last 3 decades?
Oh my gosh. I would have to say it has, I think I've stepped into just really being relaxed and present with it, because, as you grow as an artist, you really start to let go of how you think you're being perceived by an audience. I'm just really stepping into the music and just really being myself. And I think what happens there is you discover that you connect.
We appreciate you tuning in to Next Stop from the picturesque North Oregon coast. Thanks to all our friends along the coast who helped make this show special, and big thanks to our show sponsors, Alaska Airlines and the Alaska Airlines Visa Signature Card. Next stop. Where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So is everything for sale? I see this Oregon cooler. How much is this?
Actually today for you it's free.
Why?
We've tried to sell it. The beaver coolers just flew out of here, but for some reason this one we've had it for years.
So it's free and you're going to pay me to take it?
We are. That's how bad we want to get rid of it.
Okay.
Did I look right at you? I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Jon Olson. Welcome to Next Stop from the Dungeness crab capital of the world. Welcome to Newport, Oregon, home to some of the friendliest people on the Oregon coast. We'll prove it. We'll also bring you a Celtic festival and music from Brittany. All this and more on this episode of Next Stop. The fun starts now. The Oregon Coast Aquarium is one of the top tourist attractions along the Oregon coast and was voted as one of the top 10 aquariums in the U.S. It's a wonderful place for families to spend a day learning about nature and having fun. There are so many things to see and do here at the Oregon Coast Aquarium, but we start in the most visited of your attractions.
It's been called the coolest 50 yards on the Oregon coast. It is very nice.
I read that.
Yeah. And it's Keiko's old pool that has been created into 3 different habitats here. There are sharks, there are salmon in this one, bat rays. In the next one, there are rockfish and halibut.
Got some kids coming around. They're intrigued, just like adults.
Yes.
They can actually, you have overnight programs where people can actually sleep in bags.
You can spend the night here if you want.
So what's new at the Oregon Coast Aquarium?
We have an exhibit called Swampland that is new, and it exhibits 3 different types of wetlands.
Big snakes, I'm guessing.
Big snakes and alligators and all kinds of things.
So this is one of your more popular exhibits, the sea otters.
The sea otters are adorable, yes. Everyone loves them.
You've got a lot of people who are beyond just the full-time employees. How many volunteers do you guys have?
We have 400 plus volunteers,
wow.
And we literally couldn't do what we do without them. They're wonderful. Speaking of which, would you like to meet one of our volunteers?
I'd love to. This is my boy Howard here. He's a volunteer here at the aquarium, and he's got something hopefully in store for us here at the tank. What are we going to do, Howard?
Well, if the octopus cooperates, which it does not look like, and he should come out, he should climb up, we should be able to feed him, and it's quite an experience. However, it does not look like he's going to cooperate.
He's just kind of hanging out down there at the bottom like he's just taking a nap. This one definitely looks hungrier.
Yeah, this one was fed a whole lot lighter this morning with the idea, you guys might be coming. And he's probably younger than the other octopus. Easy to work with, pretty comfortable. Trying to convince him to take something out of the food bowl.
What is that?
When he works hard, he takes some more oxygen. He was just exhaling. He takes a deeper gulp of water, extracts oxygen, and exhales through that exhaust. I just want to make sure if he gets up on your arm too fast, I'm going to pull him off. That's all.
He's pulling me in. Look at that. Look at that pull. Just look at the hickeys.
The octopus did it.
Howard and I, it's our story and we're sticking to it.
Right. Okay, so where we're standing now, this is on top of Passages of the Deep. So at one point, this was one large tank. It's about 2 million gallons of water. There was no roof over the top. This was fully open. All I had was small walkways around. There are definitely sturgeon in here. That's a halibut, that one down there.
That big, huge one?
Yeah, the one that's kind of got a forked tail. Leopard sharks right there. The sungill was the big one. And the ones that don't look a whole lot like sharks are spiny dogfish, which are sharks. What you're seeing are juvenile Chinook salmon.
Well, obviously they're all treated very well. They get fed handsomely.
Oh, yes.
You're such a nice guy, Howard.
Oh, heck yeah.
How much do you love your job?
Oh, I really do enjoy it. And yeah, it's peaceful, it's enjoyable, it's just fun.
We're in downtown Newport, right next to City Hall for some weekend culture. This happens almost every weekend in here.
Every Saturday.
The farmer's market. Katie's been here for 17 years.
17 years, 17th season this year for Pacific Sourdough, 34th year for the Newport Farmers Market. So here we have some of our craft vendors, Earth Huggies. They make wonderful things for children. And here's some of the first Oregon strawberries of the season. It's June and strawberries are here and they're sweet and so delicious and people are just snapping them up. It's like locusts. You're crazy about them. The flavor is so much different than the commercial strawberries that you buy in the store and you get to talk to people who raise them. And
do they give samples?
I don't know. Do they give samples? Yeah, they do.
I would love to try one. This one looks very juicy. Mmm.
Yeah, huh? That's summer.
Just like melted in my mouth.
That's summer.
You usually have to bite into a strawberry. This thing just melts.
You've got some art glass. There's a woman who makes wonderful knitted and felted headgear and scarves, really fun hats. This is interesting. This is garden art made of recycled glass items that they put together. And it's fun and nice repurposing. Exotic mushrooms that are raised in Eddyville.
The real exotic mushrooms that...
They're not that exotic. But I mean, take a look at this. This is a lion's mane mushroom. Isn't that wonderful? And they're delicious, meaty, wonderful to saute with, well, just throw them in a pasta or just saute them alongside a piece of fish. Delicious.
But what does this mean for your business to be a part of this?
Oh, it's great. That's how I make my living.
Yeah. Farmer's market?
Uh-huh.
That's great.
Yes.
So you're selling enough to keep things going?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
One of the things I love is to make something that people remember from their childhood. I want you to have that, and maybe it'll remind you of Denmark, if not Germany.
I can smell it through the packaging.
Yeah. I have been out here selling in some terrific downpours, and our customers still come. Bless their hearts, they show up, they buy their bread, they buy their produce, they don't care. A little rain doesn't stop them.
Rain or shine, come to Newport and meet the bread lady. Thanks, Katie.
Thank you.
Great to meet you.
Happy to be here.
Up next, a personal tour of Newport, and we attend a local festival. Meet Lorna Davis. She's the director of the Newport Chamber of Commerce. Who better to talk Newport history, and where better to start our chat than right here in the historic Bayfront District?
It all started right here. The settlers came to this area for the oysters. And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. And you got a lot of active boats out here today. This is a very important part of Newport's economy, isn't it?
It is. The Bayfront is a very important part because of obviously the tourism aspect, but even more importantly, the fishing aspect. It's got a lot of fisheries right here, a lot of processing plants, and our boats, our active fleet.
So Newport is called on your signage, it's the friendliest place on the Oregon coast. Mm-hmm. It is a very friendly place. Why is that?
Well, you know, we've always boasted ourselves as being the friendliest place. And if you go to some of the places, people are willing to help you, to talk to you. You always find a friend in Newport.
You have, what, 5 different distinct districts, this being one of them?
Yes.
What are the other ones?
There's South Beach, Agate Beach, Nye Beach, the Bayfront, and the Deco District.
You mentioned Nye Beach, and I'm guessing there's got to be some serious beachfront there.
There is some serious beachfront, but rather than talk about it, let's go check it out.
I'll follow you.
Okay.
We're talking some serious beach here, Lorna.
We are.
How much beachfront is there in Newport?
Miles of beach.
Miles?
As far as the eye can see.
There's a lot of beach here. There's so many things you can do. What are the activities that people can do on the beach here when they come?
Oh, they can do all kinds of things. People come to beachcomb, to play in the surf a little bit, safely of course. They bring their dogs, their kites, their friends, and they even do some bonfires on the beach in the evening.
Obviously, tourism's a big industry here in Newport.
It is.
So many places for people to stay.
There's over 1,700 or maybe even better hotel rooms and various places for people to stay. Bed and breakfast, hotels, there's inns, there's cabins, all kinds of things.
Let's talk about festivals, because there really is something happening in Newport year-round.
Pretty much
Your big festival is the Newport Seafood and Wine Fest.
Yeah, that always happens the last full weekend of February. And most recently added to that mix is the Newport Celtic Festival and Highland Games.
Happening this weekend.
It's happening this weekend, and I know you guys are going to really enjoy your time there.
We're at the first annual Newport Celtic Festival and Highland Games. What does it take to get these kids to learning all these things? A lot of little dance steps, and I noticed
It's a lot.
1, 2, and then the third, and I don't think I could do it.
It's a lot. We start out with the basics and what to do with the legs and the feet and listening to the music, and then we build steps on that and then routines once we have the steps down.
I'm with Belinda, who's the event coordinator of the first annual Celtic Festival and Highland Games. This is very successful. What does it take to put something like this together?
We just started talking and came together and started making it happen.
People seem very enthusiastic, especially to celebrate their roots. There's lots of guys in kilts. Now, normally, I might make fun of a guy in a skirt. Not here, man.
No.
We got a lot of really fun events planned. Right now, the kids are dancing behind us. That's very cool.
Oh, yeah.
But you have events that happen off the fairgrounds, too.
That's right.
Tell us about the sandcastle building contest.
Oh, that was great fun. We had some folks down on Nye Beach come and build sandcastles, and it was just a fun contest for kids.
We actually drove 10 hours to come here and do this sculpture contest for the Highland Games.
Now, something that caught my eye on the schedule, the haggis eating contest.
Oh, yeah.
What is in haggis?
Heart, liver, lungs, brain, that kind of thing. We had, 10 people, I think, step up to the plate and try it, and it was great fun. Some of the guys were just chowing down, going at it, and first bite, oh.
Here comes the haggis. 3, 2, 1, go! We have a winner. Number 1.
Now it's time for the Manly Men Games, the Highland Games. Liam, probably one of the shorter guys here at the Highland Games. How tall are you, man?
7'2", originally from England, but moved out here to play ball.
I didn't know they grew them this big in England.
There's a couple of us.
You had to be like one of the tallest guys in the country.
One of them. I actually played basketball against the guy who is now the tallest guy in the country.
No
So
kidding.
There's a few guys out there that are pretty tall.
So tell us about the Highland Games. Right now they're tossing the caber. How do we score it?
The basic idea of the caber is you have to turn it to be a legal throw. So you're going to flip it end over end. And in this case, this is a 20-foot caber that's about 72 pounds.
Wow.
And if you ever thought about trying to balance a broomstick on your hand, that the balancing part is pretty tough in and of itself.
Yeah.
And then you throw in the weight and the size. And then the danger aspect on that one is if it starts to come back on you, you got to be somewhere else.
We're with the Honourable Newport Mayor Mark McConnell, which is a great Scottish name here at the Celtic Festival.
Yes, it is. It's absolutely.
Where's your kilt?
Scottish, Irish. I forgot it.
Give us an overall perspective of Newport. This is a great town. It's a fishing town, but it's also a town full of the arts.
It's a town with science, lots of scientists, lots of fishermen, and lots of people who are really wonderful in cultural arts, visual arts, performing arts of all types. You know, we have the Performing Arts Center has been here for 20 years. We have 3 resident theater companies, 3 resident dance companies, a symphony orchestra, all kinds of events for kids to participate on stage, lots of different activities that way. There's lots of great things for anybody and everybody of all levels of talent to participate.
Coming up, we cruise the harbor and visit one of the Oregon coast's most famous restaurants. It's always a great time to come to Newport. Temps range from the 60s to 70s in the summer to the 40s and 50s in the winter. Winter, in fact, is a great time to come and watch the whales migrating south for the summer. It's also the perfect time to come and catch one of those spectacular winter storms. Seriously, come to Newport, hunker down in one of the oceanfront hotels, and watch Mother Nature do her thing. For more information, visit discovernewport.com. We're in the historic Bayfront District, and we're going cruising for sea life with Marine Discovery Tours.
When you guys are walking around today, we're going to be on the ocean. When we're in the bay, we can have 21 people up on the upper deck. I'm going to be the first one to exit the cabin. I'm going to go untie, and you guys are welcome to follow me out and kind of roam wherever you want. These were caught and filleted earlier, and now we have the remains to go crabbing. So this is ultimate recycling. Now we kind of have a bit of a tradition here on the Discovery. We want lots of crabs, and so we need lots of luck. So what I need you guys to do is kiss the bait. There you go. There you go. All right, Captain. My pots are baited and kissed and ready to go. We're gonna push it. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, pot number 1 is in. There we go.
We're heading for the islands down there, right? We're watching for crab pots. We're watching for any other debris in the water. Now, start bringing it back, Skipper.
You guys are gonna stand here. You're gonna be my pullers. You're gonna. I want the first person standing here, and you guys are gonna line up single file. All right, my pullers, start pulling. Pull, guys, pull. All right, so, thank you. These are all Dungeness crabs. They're Yep. That's why you never get your finger stuck in their pincher. We do have regulations here in the state of Oregon. Our crabs have to be 5 3/4 inches. This is actually a big male right here. Let's see if he's a keeper. Spot. Is he big enough?
Just there.
That's a legal size male. But on the Discovery, we are catch and release, so we'll release him.
You were on what we call a sea life cruise. It's a combination ocean, bay, and river. Our trips always go. Weather doesn't matter. So we just have a ton to share. The largest fishing fleet on the coast. We go through the boat harbor, tell people about the boats. And I personally fished for 20 years from San Francisco to Russia. So
You're great with the kids. Bring them up in the wheelhouse, let them drive the boat. That's really fun for kids.
They'll be back.
Who doesn't love good comfort food? And when you come to the Oregon coast, a cup of Moe's clam chowder is the way to go. Moe's is way more than just a great restaurant, though, Gabe. You guys have a history that dates all the way back to the 1940s.
That's right.
With your grandma.
There she is.
Tell us about this spunky lady.
Well, right here, she's opening up that garage door, which is, we're kind of known, that's kind of our signature piece here. And actually, the garage door is here because somebody actually drove through the wall at one time.
This is the new part of it, but next door, like, there's a lot of famous people that probably grace those walls.
There is. We had a visit from Bobby Kennedy when he was on the campaign trail, and he came to visit here right on the bayfront, walked into Moe's, fell in love with the clam chowder, totally wanted Moe to go with him, go with me down to California.
Well, obviously, Moe's is a great place. It's a staples here in Newport. But there are other restaurants here, and you mentioned that you like to eat out a lot. And
I do.
You pretty much try them all. Where do you like to eat?
Well, I have, it kind of depends on what, but I think that Local Ocean Seafood is wonderful. They do a great job down there. That's just down the street. Saffron Salmon, if I want seafood or a beautiful steak, they do a great job, great view there. When I go with my son, we love to go to Panini for a big hunk of pizza. Yum pizza there. There's also another place called Our Place, and it's a little known, but they have like what I would call gourmet comfort food.
Tell us what's so special about Moe's clam chowder, because everybody talks about Moe's clam chowder.
Well, I think what makes our chowder special is we keep it simple. That's really the bottom line. There's nothing fancy in it. It's just New England style clam chowder.
Well, I'm absolutely famished, so...
I'm thirsty.
Well, you have that, I'll have this, and then I'm going to dig into that clam chowder.
Except for one thing. I was wondering if you could just go wash some dishes, and then you'll get a nice appetite up, and you can come back and eat.
You planned this.
I did. Welcome to Moe's, John.
Thanks, Gabe. Guess I'll see you in the kitchen. Coming up on Next Stop, an authentic Irish pub with an authentic Irish band playing music from Brittany. We're at Nana's Irish Pub in the Nye Beach District to feature Mistral, an authentic Irish band with a Brittany flair. Your band looks like you guys are having a fun. You look like you get along. Your instrumentation is awesome. Tell us about your band and the people that are in it.
We're called Mistral, and we take our name from a powerful wind that blows out of the northwest of France. Elizabeth and I started it. We were playing music for English dancing here in Oregon, and discovered that we both had this love of Breton folk music.
De manger, tout juste les bons, c'est normal de penser. C'est long 10 heures, vraiment de manger, tout juste les bons, c'est normal de penser. Bime kakura, botella, botella, bime kakura, botella payura. Bime kakura, botella, botella, bime kakura, botella payura. Digue, 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 biche bon, de polique, sans porter tout long, qui lui s'en laisse le vent.
This is the first time we've ever had somebody featuring music from Brittany. So this is kind of cool for us. This is kind of unique. And speaking of unique, this Irish pub, is this not authentic? Do you not feel like you could be in Dublin right now?
I'm there. Yeah, I'm there.
You got your Guinness
It's
in
all
hand?
the Guinness and the people raising it every time we play.
You've raised it a little bit too much though, because
it's empty.
He doesn't have any Guinness in the glass right now. Thanks for tuning in to Next Stop from Newport, Oregon, and thanks to Gabe for putting me to work for my lunch. Also, thanks to our show sponsors, the City of Newport and DiscoverNewport.com, and thanks always to our title sponsors and good friends, Alaska Airlines and the Alaska Airlines Visa Signature Card for your partnership. We'll see you next time on Next Stop. Where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody.
Well, before you do that, there's never a free lunch in the world. Sorry. What in the world?
We've come for the oyster cloister.
You have, that's right.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Threw you off, didn't I? Blooper, blooper. Hi, I'm Jon Olson. Welcome to Next Stop from the People's Coast. The Oregon coast is one of the 7 wonders of Oregon. On this episode, we'll explore the Central Oregon coast. we'll visit the quaint towns of Florence, Newport, and Lincoln City. We've got a lot of fun things to share with you, so sit back, relax, and enjoy Next Stop from the People's Coast. The fun starts now. Located along one of the 7 wonders of Oregon, the Oregon coast, are the Oregon sand dunes, the largest coastal sand dunes in North America. Today we shred them in style with Sand Dunes Frontier.
All right, so on the way out there, it's going to take us about 3 to 4 minutes to get out to the open dunes. But once we are out there, one thing I'm going to ask on the ride is we are not grabbing the top, side, or exterior rails, just in case something does happen. If you need to hold on to something, you're going to hold on to the straps of your seatbelt.
Okay.
If you can reach this bar, you can grab a hold of that, or you can grab a hold of the underside of your seat. If you need to yell, that's fine. Go ahead, feel free. You might get a little sand in your mouth, but sorry about that. But
tastes good though, right?
Other
healthy.
than that, it is healthy. I will say that.
Good.
Other than that, we'll stop a couple of times, give you a little bit of information about the dunes and how they came to be, and then we'll keep on going and tear it up.
Let's have some fun.
All right. Check that view out.
Woo!
This is where we stop, talk about the dunes a little bit, and tell you how they came to be. At one point, this was all old sea floor, and then it was a glacier, melted off, and ground up everything, gave us a bunch of sand. The tree line that you see out ahead of you, that was all planted back in mid-60s or so. Helped control and stabilize some of that erosion. In grand total, just here in Florence, there's almost 17,000 acres of open sand.
Wow. How do you know where to go? Like, are you going up these ridges and stuff?
I've been out here on the sand for almost 7 years now. And that, I believe, is a big difference.
Coming up on Next Stop, we visit the world-famous sea lion caves, and we'll get up close and personal with an octopus. Located at the confluence of the Siuslaw River and the Pacific Ocean is the quaint Oregon coastal town of Florence.
This area was originally developed in the late 1800s when settlers first came into the area and were homesteading, picking up the tracts of land. And right from the get-go in the late 1800s, early 1900s, fishing and timber became the mainstays of the economy. So it became very popular, world known about the amount of salmon that people could catch here right in the river, didn't even have to cross the bar. So it just grew rapidly from that. A bridge was built over the Siuslaw River in 1936. That opened up a lot of traffic and travel up and down the coast. So up until that time, all of our traffic was over water or by horse. And in fact, the stage lines at the time actually traversed up and down the beaches during low tide.
Really?
That was the only transportation we had. So when the bridge came in, and that opened up the entire community, the entire area to a lot more growth and development. And over the next several decades, as the fishing industry and the timber industry started to wane, then tourism started coming into play. In the late 1970s, we had a lot of different property owners start realizing the value of historic Old Town. And so they started putting investment into Old Town and bought buildings, refurbished them. We've actually got a couple of buildings that have been moved into Old Town.
You have the most photographed lighthouse on the West Coast, we're told.
Yep.
To see it ahead.
Yep.
What's special about that lighthouse?
Well, that lighthouse first of all, it's still a functioning lighthouse. Second of all, 2 years ago, they just completed a complete historic renovation, taking it back to its historic condition, still keeping the functionality.
The other cool thing you have is the sea lion caves.
Oh,
First time
yes.
I've been to those.
Oh, yes.
Those are really special.
Yeah, and that Sea Lion Caves effort goes back over 80 years. It was one of the original destination locations in Oregon.
So this is the People's Coast.
Yes.
What does the People's Coast mean to you?
It means it belongs to everybody, and we have something for everybody to enjoy here, just like you mentioned. The Rocky Headlands, the sand dunes, historic Old Town. We have 17 freshwater lakes around here. The Sayusla River, this time of year, is literally packed with salmon fishermen. We have windsurfing on the Sayusla River. We have aerial scenic tours. I mean, if you want something to do and find some adventure, we have a campaign that we're promoting right now called Uncurbed Adventures, because there are so many things to do, it's limitless.
The Oregon coast is one of the 7 wonders of Oregon. All 363 miles of it are free and open for us all to explore. Go to visittheoregoncoast.com to plan your next Oregon Coast adventure. And while you're here, tag your photos. Hashtag the People's Coast. Located in Newport, Oregon, the Oregon Coast Aquarium is one of the premier attractions on the Oregon coast.
Here in Oregon, we are lucky. We have the largest species of octopus found anywhere in the world, the giant Pacific octopus, and that's who we'll be meeting today. They are very smart. They are compared to a house cat on terms of intelligence. Let's go ahead and get going. We're going to do a little swing through one of our galleries and then head behind the scenes. So this will be the meal today. This is the same quality of clam that you'd have at Moe's.
There he is.
Oh my goodness.
What's up, Zen?
All right.
So is Zen digging all this attention from us?
Oh yeah, this guy, he is he definitely has a personality. And you notice that he was right at the top waiting for us when we got here.
You're definitely getting some hickeys.
He likes her a lot.
Oh, look at her arm.
Look at that.
He's already got hickeys. We're in the Seabird Aviary with CJ, who's going to tell us why these birds look like penguins, but they're not.
They're not penguins. We get a lot of comments when kids come running through about, oh, look at the penguins or the ducks or penguin ducks.
So what's unique about these birds?
They don't need land for anything, and I think that's amazing because people say, well, where do they sleep? They don't have to haul out on land to sleep. They just tuck their head under their wing and float on the surface if they're tired. If they're hungry, they dive underwater and chase schooling fish. So it's pretty amazing that that's really what they're built for.
I love all the animals here, but these guys are my favorites.
Otters are so much fun, and we're really lucky that we can exhibit them here at the Oregon Coast Aquarium. Passages of the Deep is probably our most iconic exhibit, and what that does is it takes you on a journey through 3 different ecosystems that you'd encounter off the Oregon coast. The first is Orford Reef, and there you see the rocky reef systems that you would see closest to the shore. And then as you go further out, there's no kelp, there's less rocks, and the sandy bottoms of the Halibut Flats exhibit where you'll see sturgeon. And then everybody's favorite after that is open sea. It's
sharks.
800,000 gallons. It represents the open pelagic blue waters of the deep ocean. And yes, there are over 100 sharks, bat rays, 15,000 anchovies, and I'd have to say that it's probably what we're best known for.
So this is Boots. Boots is a 26-year-old harbor seal. They live all along the coast of the Pacific. Behaviors that are really important for their health care. Those are what we call husbandry behaviors. So things like asking her to open her mouth. From here I can actually touch each one of her teeth individually if I need to. I could brush her teeth. Good, perfect. All right, Boots, kiss. Good, nice. Go ahead and lean in and pucker out nice and big. Good, kiss. Kiss. Good. Nice job, Boots. What do you think? Is he a good kisser?
No? What? Up next, crabbing in the Dungeness crab capital of the world and glassblowing 101. It's always such a pleasure to see my good friend Lorna. Cheers.
Cheers.
So tell us what's happening in Newport. I haven't been here for a few years.
Well, you know, there's so much happening all the time in Newport. We've got, obviously, the aquarium. We have this great marina here, lots of sports fishing activities throughout the year.
But how is Newport different?
Oh, we have a lot of unique things that we offer, I think, especially the sport fishing activities that you can just go right out of the port. You can crab from the dock, great places to eat. I think the whole coast is great, though. We have the People's Coast, and Newport fits in so well. And how do you pick a favorite?
You don't pick it like kids, right?
Exactly.
You mentioned the People's Coast. What does that mean to you?
Oh, the People's Coast, that's 363 miles of beautiful coastland that's all public access. We had a governor a while back that decreed that it should be the People's Coast, and that's what makes us unique, is that we have that.
What's probably the biggest secret, the biggest hidden treasure in Newport?
The biggest hidden treasure in Newport is I can carry a crab measurer in my purse. I can go with a crab ring, just go off the dock and catch dinner. And I do.
Well, you sent us out with your brother-in-law today.
Yes.
And we went out to try to catch some Dungeness crab. Are you dying to find out if we did?
I'm dying to find out if he caught anything.
Let's go find out. Cheers. Newport is the Dungeness crab capital of the world. Tonight we're in Yaquina Bay to hopefully catch some of these tasty morsels. Paul, what's the plan here? What's the process?
Okay, what we're going to do is we have a couple crab pots, and we're going to bait the crab pots. We're using a mixture of chicken and fish. And we put it in another small cage in the pot. Otherwise, if the sea lions get access to it, they'll take your bait out,
of course.
Unfortunately.
So they can eat chicken?
They'll eat chicken. They love chicken. Crabs do.
Chicken.
Yeah.
Chickens love crabs too.
Yes. Yeah.
Now you don't live too far out of Portland, but yet you choose to moor your boat here in Newport. Why is that?
It's only a couple hours from Portland, and it's a beautiful drive just coming down the coast. We just enjoy that, and it's a nice facility, and they have the fuel. You get your bait. They have a small store there, and it's very convenient.
Let's cruise and hopefully catch some crabs.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. About ready to scoop up the crab pot, and now the moment of truth. Did we catch anything? Good news so far. Awesome!
Oh,
wow,
right.
good size.
Nice.
You got 3 of them.
You measure between right in front of these little horns here, and it's a legal crab.
So what does that mean? We keep him?
We can keep him.
All
yes.
right.
Yeah, it's a legal crab. We can keep him. All right.
Look, Mom, I caught crabs in Newport. Next up, I'd like to thank its travel partner, Alaska Airlines, which serves over 100 destinations from Alaska to the lower 48 and from Canada to Mexico. Live a more exciting life through travel and explore more and spend less at alaskaair.com. No pun intended, Kelly, but glass blowing is blowing up on the Oregon coast.
It is, absolutely.
Why is that?
Well, the climate is really nice because it's very temperate, doesn't get too hot, not too cold. So like in the Midwest or other places where the temperature gets really hot or really cold, like you don't have that going on. So you can have your doors open all year long pretty much.
And it's a hands-on experience.
Yeah.
Talk about the process and about your beginnings. You guys have been here since, what, 2005?
Yeah.
You're kind of one of the originators of this thing.
Yeah, in a way. I think we kind of opened it up and made it more accessible to people. Like in 2005, some of the other studios had places where you could blow air, you could pick a color, but you weren't like picking the pipe up and putting the color on. Our classes, they're sort of like real short classes, so we walk you through the whole process of making a float or a bowl.
So as much as I love this is absolutely amazing. I'm thinking this might be a little too advanced for me.
Maybe just a little bit.
What
yeah.
can we do together?
Well, I have this really beautiful bowl that we could make like that.
That looks doable.
Yeah.
All right, let's make a bowl.
Cool. We're melting all the little chips of color into the surface of the glass. And so basically you're gonna grab and twist like that. It's getting a little hard. So.
It is.
Yeah, that's probably good. I'm just gonna cool the front down a little bit. All right, so very light. Go ahead and blow. Like little puffs of air. All right, and then I'm just gonna make a little cold point on the neck here so it knows where I want it to break. And then you get the stamp with the year in it.
Now that is how you make a glass bowl. Coming up, another way to catch Dungeness crab, and we learn a simple and fun way to prepare it. Licket City is a great place to try new things, and today I get to try crabbing off the beach. We've done it off boats, but never off the beach. What's different, Sharon?
Well, it's a great way to make crabbing accessible to anybody. If you don't have access to a boat or you can't afford it, you buy one of these traps. You can throw it right in. You can do up to 3 traps per legal crabber. And it's just a really easy, fun way. Kids can do it. Anyone can do it. It doesn't take any special skill. We're going to put our steak in. Our chicken goes right on here. A leg works best because they can't just eat all the meat and then your chicken's gone because it's got a lot of cartilage and stuff. So now we're going to re-ravel this so that it'll unspool. You know, it won't get caught.
Sure.
So I'm going to start swinging it around, and now I'm holding on to this pipe. You afraid?
You little.
It's all about the velocity, so it's the speed and then the direction. You see how I have it pointed up?
Yep.
Okay. No, I'm not going to aim for the boat.
Nice toss.
And there it goes. And I didn't even get all 100. My first time out, I got 9 crab.
Oh. Is that
12's
trying to
your
set the
limit.
bar high?
Yeah, that is. All right, throw this one out. Hey, not bad. The wrong direction. That's all right, we'll keep going. Looking good. Oh, you let go too soon.
Or at least here.
That wasn't bad.
Had some
Did you hear the
distance.
disappointment in my voice?
Yeah. Yes, mother. Oh, we got something. We got something.
All right.
We got 2.
This one's actually a little soft. So I can pinch. Do you feel right here?
Yeah.
It's a little soft. It's a soft shell. It's a hard shell, and it's pretty full and heavy for its size. But you want those to be as hard as you can.
So what are we going to do with these guys?
We're
now that
just
we've caught a few keepers.
We're gonna steam them in a little bit of seasoned water. That's it, and eat them with butter.
What do we do here? You're the chef.
So we have this bucket full of crabs, and what we're gonna do is we're going to cook them. Now I have found that the most humane way to handle this is to drop them into some boiling water for a minute. I find it's a cleaner taste when I clean out all the lungs and all the innards.
All the innards.
And also you could do this part earlier in the day, put them on ice, and then right before you want to eat, you're ready to go. And then the mess is all done. Now we're gonna clean these. You rip off this end, and then right after I rip off that tab, you take off the shell. So then I usually crack it in half. Isn't that pretty? And then all that comes right out, and now we might give this another rinse. We get all the lungs off, and that's it.
This looks awesome. Before we dig in, though, tell us what else happens in this room, because this is really a cool space.
So the Culinary Center, we do recreational cooking classes, both demonstration and hands-on. We have a whole another big commercial kitchen in the back. We do up to 25 people right out here where we are for demonstration, and we'll do anywhere from 8 to 12 in the kitchen, depending on the subject matter.
Now show me how to eat this.
Okay, so what I do is, and it's cooled down just enough for us, I usually just take off all the legs. These are a little soft, as you can tell. And then I think that knuckle piece is the best. So right there, just dip it in some butter. And there it is.
Yum,
and just
yum,
think,
yum.
what did that cost you? $7, a couple of pieces of chicken,
$7.
and an hour of your time.
I think I've felt the bug.
I think you have too. Can't wait to see you back here again.
Thanks for joining us on Next Stop from the picturesque Central Oregon coast. Friends, if you haven't been to the People's Coast of Oregon, we highly recommend it. We love it, and so will you. Thanks also to this show's sponsors, the cities of Florence, Newport, and Lincoln City. Also thanks to Travel Lane County, Travel Oregon, and Alaska Airlines. Next Stop. Where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody. And now the moment of truth.
There's no truth.
That was good, Meg.
Take
two. Meg found a new friend. I like crabbing in Newport. Lots going on here. Just spraying myself.
That's a perfect ending.
Hi, I'm Jon Olson, and welcome to Next Stop from the Rose City. Portland, Oregon is one of the more colorful, vibrant cities in the United States. In fact, it was just named the city for the best food of any city in the world. They also have the most breweries of any city in the country, and we dive into that fact on this episode of Next Stop. We also set sail on the Columbia. We'll introduce you to some of the colorful locals, and we feature Floater, a band that absolutely rocked the house. The fun starts now. Beer is a culture in Portland. It's not just a drink. In fact, it's been dubbed Beervana by beer enthusiasts from all over the world. And for good reason. Portland has more breweries than any other city in the country. Let's explore this further at the Woodmere Oktoberfest. To be joined by two of the fathers of Portland breweries, the city with the most breweries in the country. Take us back to the 70s, Kurt and Rob. What was going on in your world that made you want to get into beer?
We were homebrewers, strictly homebrewers in the 70s, so no aspirations to take it beyond homebrewing.
Now, you went to Germany for a couple of years.
I did. I lived in Germany in the mid-70s.
Tell us about that. What'd you learn?
Actually living there and in it for a couple of years, I came to appreciate where beer actually fits in the great scheme of things.
So then you came back to Portland, and you convinced your brother to quit what he was doing and join you, right?
Well, when I came back, that's when we started homebrewing. We both started doing that. We did that for about 5 years.
Coincidentally, we weren't under the same roof, or that was serendipitous that we both started homebrewing about the same time.
So look at this today. Would you ever dream back in the late 70s, early 80s that you'd have something like this today?
No, an event like this, it's so great. I mean, this is Portland. There's a reason why Portland is the #1 beer city in the whole Western Hemisphere.
So when you think of Oktoberfest, especially when you spell it with a K, you think of Germany. Constance is from Germany. We found her. She actually found us. Willkommen. So Oktoberfests are a big, big deal in Germany. What do you think of our little Oktoberfest here?
I really love it. It's like very cool and it's bigger than I expected.
Is it bigger than you expected?
It's really bigger than I expected.
Now, how about the beer? How do you like the beer compared to German beer?
It depends. Like if you drink the pills and stuff, it's very similar to the German stuff. But I know people, like my friends, they drink very hoppy beer, which is different and a little bit stronger.
Question for you on Portland trivia. How did Portland get its name?
thought you said more simple question.
It is a simple question. It was either by a guy named Port, it was a coin flip, or it was from a sea captain who was in here on port.
Coin flip.
Are you sure?
Flip.
Yeah. You're correct. How many different beers are there in Portland?
A lot.
Yeah, I know a lot, but how many do you think?
More than enough. Heck yeah! Heck yeah! Heck yeah! I would say 20 or 30. I would say 28.
You win. 351.
Oh, wow. 300.
Outside is rock and rolling right now, but Rob brought me inside to this special room to taste some special beers out of special glasses. Yep. We were talking about that. When you drink wine, you drink Pinot out of a nice Pinot glass, or Cabernet out of a Cabernet glass. Most people don't think about drinking beer out of the right glass.
With craft beers, there is so much nuance that if you drink out of a bottle, it's really kind of like plugging your nose and eating something. You know, you're gonna miss a lot.
Yeah.
So this is a German beer from a town called Goslar. This is called a Gose. It's very low alcohol, so this is a great daily session style beer. This uses a hop called Citra hop, which has a grapefruit character. And so we decided, well, okay, that's good, but why don't we add some grapefruit rind to this beer? So this has a very grapefruity character.
It totally does.
Pretty typical Pacific Northwest IPA. Hops are grown right here. Most of this character is from this hop.
Native Oregonians like to boast they never use an umbrella. What they mean is they rarely use an umbrella because after all, what's a little rain anyway? And when it does rain, it's usually a light mist. Portland only gets 38 inches of rain annually, less than New York City. So it's pretty safe to say when you come to Portland, you can leave your umbrella at home. But if you need one, just come down to Pioneer Square. This guy's got one for you. Coming up on Next Stop, we take a stroll through downtown Portland with Mayor Sam Adams, and we'll introduce you to some colorful locals at a neighborhood festival. Portland, Oregon has the largest wooded city park in America, Forest Park, covering over 5,000 square acres. It also has the smallest park in the world, Mill Ends Park, created in 1948 on St. Patrick's Day to be the only leprechaun colony west of Ireland. Might explain why Portland has a killer St. Patrick's Day festival, one I always like to attend. This park makes me feel big. Portland is truly one of the most vibrant cities in the country. Lots of changes, lots of growth. Who better to talk about the growth than the Honorable Mayor of Portland, Sam Adams?
Hi, John. How are you?
Welcome to Next Stop.
I'm glad to be here.
What a beautiful city. What a beautiful Pioneer Square. Tell us about this place. This is the center of the city, right?
Yeah, this is Pioneer Courthouse Square is known as the living room for Portland. And right behind us, the Decemberists are getting ready to play at one of our annual music concerts here in the square.
Now, you guys have lots of things happening here in the square year-round, right?
Yeah, rain or shine, there's something going on here in Portland's living room, Pioneer Square.
How is Portland changing right now? There's lots of growth happening. Some of the streets are kind of torn up, but it's all for good reasons.
That's right. We've got a whole new extension of our streetcar. We're about to break ground on an extension of light rail. The other big changes in Portland is that we're becoming a more diverse city, racially, ethnically, and I think that's great. I think it makes us a more interesting, a stronger city, more creative city.
Portland was just voted the #1 food city, not just in the Northwest, not just in the U.S., in the world.
Our food cart scene is really grassroots. It started on its own. We have about 500 food carts in the city of Portland.
So you're #1 in beer, #1 in food. We've tried the beer, but we haven't tried the food.
Wait till you try it.
Let's go. It's lunchtime.
All right.
So this is pretty much where it all started.
This is exactly where it all started. And as you can see, the focus is on the food, not necessarily the furnishings or the surroundings.
That's great, though. And now this food cart, I understand, won the most exotic food cart in Portland, which would mean the most exotic food cart in the world, right?
This is a fantastic food cart, and I recommend the You Can Has It cheeseburger.
It is a quarter-pound black Angus burger. It's in between 2 grilled cheese sandwiches as buns. It comes with fresh lettuce, tomato, grilled onions. Fatty melt is what's famous around the country, and this is just kind of our take on it here in Portland.
Sam, John, you can have cheeseburgers.
All right.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, that's good. That is a burger to die for.
cannot think of a more beautiful day to visit downtown Portland. The food carts come in all shapes and sizes. We have a pretty pink one here.
Very pink.
And we got Big A sandwiches. Now, I understand this place has a sandwich named after you.
Ah, it's true. And it's quite a sandwich from what I've heard. I've never actually had the opportunity to taste it until today.
You haven't?
No, I'm so
You're doing
happy
it on
to
next
be
stop.
here.
Hey, John.
How are you?
Pleasure. Good to see you. Pleasure.
Nice
So
to
Sam
meet
and I were debating Big A sandwiches with 2 asterisks. I'm thinking it stands for Ash, since the Ash Street Saloon's across the street.
It's art, right? Big art sandwiches.
Big sandwiches.
Ash.
Sandwiches.
Hey. So speaking of big sandwiches, you guys have the Sam app?
We do.
What's on that?
Ham, turkey, Miracle Whip on our ciabatta roll.
How did you guys get into this business?
We wanted to open a restaurant, but economically, this was a little smarter. Big ass Mayor Adams.
Oh, thank you.
There you are, sir. You guys have a really good thing going on with food, beer, wine here in Portland. This is fun. And your sandwich, these guys did you right.
This is a good sandwich. Thank you, Big A sandwich.
You can't say the word?
No.
When you're done with all the food carts, you can head down to Voodoo Donuts, seen on the Food Network, seen all over the place.
You can get a donut that's designed to look like dirt, and another one that has, all kinds of, I don't know, you'll have to check it out.
I see Keep Portland Weird all over the city.
That's right.
Portland is a wonderful city. What's the Keep Portland Weird thing all about?
It's really, Portland is a place where you can be who you are. And whether that's weird to other people, here in Portland, we embrace that.
Like this guy here. Elvis Presley lives in Portland, Oregon, everybody.
He has not left the building.
Portland is a city made up of many diverse neighborhoods. The Alberta District is one of the more colorful neighborhoods. Every last Thursday of every month, they celebrate Last Thursday all up and down Alberta Street. Tonight, we also celebrate the opening of the Alberta Rose Theatre. Inside the theater, enjoy the sights and sounds of March 4th Marching Band, the pride of Portland.
Group of us got together actually on Alberta, just a few blocks down the street. Had a meeting, put the band together for a Fat Tuesday party. Oddly enough, when we tour, we try to keep it around 20, but we have about 30-something people in the band.
Well, this was awesome tonight. You guys, the crowd loved you. You christened the theater. What do you think about this place? Brand new venue.
I really like it. I've been living basically 2 blocks from here for about 11 years.
No kidding.
So I've been this place was a church forever, and I've been sort of watching it, and all of a sudden it's now a venue, and I'm really excited because there's really no proper venues on this street. So
we have kind of designed the place to be able to do live theater plays, dance, live music, and soon we're going to install a screen and video projection, and we're going to be able to do movies.
Last Thursday on Alberta Street was definitely one of the more eclectic events we've ever attended. Portland is loaded with live performance venues, and the Alberta Rose Theatre, christened tonight, is a great place to be entertained. If you come to Portland, come on the last Thursday of the month and come to Alberta Street. I guarantee you an experience of a lifetime. Coming up, Portland's vibrant floating home community, and we set sail on the mighty Columbia River with new friends. Portland, Oregon's TriMet is one of the most sophisticated light rail and bus transportation systems in the country. Its MAX, or Metropolitan Area Express, connects downtown Portland with several surrounding areas. And if you're a business traveler to Portland, you can take the MAX right from PDX to downtown Portland and back. It's very safe, it's very convenient, and very affordable. Living on the water is a lifestyle for thousands of Portlanders. There's about a half a dozen communities. I've always been intrigued by this lifestyle, so today we get to learn about it. We're also going to set sail on the Columbia with some new friends. It's a gorgeous day on the river, and it's a great way and a great day to make new friends.
Hi.
Kate, Tom, Shell, what's it like to live on the water? I've always been intrigued. I've always wanted to, but I never have.
Different than on land for sure. One thing is you're very close to your neighbors, and
you better like them.
To a neighbor, you better like them. You better. Well, I mean, you do need to be social.
It's such a community. I mean, you really are. There's 71 homes down here, and you're family. I mean, you're 2 feet away from your neighbors. We're at the bottom of the ramp. There's only one way in and out. Someone goes out of town and they're like, hey, I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks, walk my dog, take care of my cats, water my plants. I mean, we're so intertwined. It's so beyond a community. It really is a family.
It's really great to be able to step out off your deck and go boating. And I think most people who live on the water love the water and love to boat, and most people have boats, and that's kind of what draws them down here. To us, that's really what it is all about, is being able to have access all the time to the water. At a spur of a moment, if you want to go out on it, you can.
And away we go. This is nice. Tell me about the neighborhood.
This is our neighborhood. When we take our friends around to see our neighborhood, we take them up the channel in our boat. When you live on the water, this is your neighborhood. It's a little water world.
How long have you been here, Eric?
I've lived here for 4 years in a floating home. I've been in Portland for 20-some years. Seattle before that. Seattle's where I learned to sail.
Where are we going today, Eric? What are we doing?
Well, we're going to head out the North Portland Channel, which is what we're in right now, and then we are going to head up the river, put some sails up, and it's a perfect day out there. The wind is just right for sailing, and as you can see, maybe 3 clouds in the sky. Okay guys, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn the boat into the wind. That will allow us to raise our mainsail. I'm going to send Jacob up to the mast. He's going to do what's called jumping the halyard. And John, you're going to actually be down here on the winch, coffee grinding it up.
So I love the terminology in sailing. Lots of different terminology for you to get used to. What's this thing called?
This is the mast.
And what's that bar over there called?
This is the boom.
We've got a boom. That's our boom right there. I'm going to go ahead and guess that your boom is more useful than our boom. What it was like to live on the water, and now we know. It's a lifestyle I could definitely get a hold of. We had a great time. We met some new friends, went sailing. We're ending here at the Island Cafe right on the water. I like it. You guys have a good thing going on here in Portland. Portland has one of the best live music scenes in the country, so stick around for our featured band, Floater. music scene is off the charts. One of the best in the country, and Floater tonight absolutely rocked one of the best live music venues, the Crystal Ballroom. Three guys bringing that kind of sound to the stage. Who writes your music? Because your new CD tonight, we heard, it's fantastic. It's awesome. Everything you guys do is great.
Thank you. Wow. You know, it's pretty collaborative, really. I mean, sometimes I'll come in with a whole song that I think is done, and then these guys will play it and they'll go, you know, it would be better like this, and then it is. And then sometimes we don't even have a starting point, and we just start kind of throwing ideas out and they stick, and you know, it's there's an element of like that. You know how when the chefs will just throw noodles at the wall,
Sure.
see what sticks.
See what sticks.
We do a lot of that, like, hey, that one works.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Portland music, because you know, I think most viewers watching around the country right now are not probably really privy to Portland music scene. This is a thriving, bumping music scene. Why Portland, Oregon?
It's
Why do you think?
crazy. I mean, what blows me away, you go out on tour, and you could be in a city that is 12 million, and there are fewer clubs to play than there are in a city like Portland that's 10 million. And you find yourself going, why are you 6 times larger in terms of population, but there's so little happening? You know, and you come to Portland and there's this sort of bizarre, like, renaissance of, I mean, it's incredible.
Because you wish you were tougher than you are. No, you don't want the pain, but you want the scar. Are you ever gonna take it as far as you're afraid to go?
Thanks for tuning into this episode of Next Stop from the gorgeous Rose City of Portland, Oregon. You guys have to check this place out. We met some great people. What a beautiful city. Thanks also to our show sponsors, Alaska Airlines, award-winning Alaska Airlines, and Widmer Brothers Brewing Company. We'll see you next time on Next Stop. Where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody.
He's going to do what's called jumping the halyard. And John, you're going to actually be down here on the winch, coffee grinding it up.
I get to play with the winch?
You get to play with the winch.
It's not the first time.
And we obviously like sharing each other, you know, physically, mentally, whatever.
Sharing each other physically. Well, that's not this kind of show. We'll have to talk about that later.
That's the family production.